BigJive MMA Show. The big prize, we don't switch sides, never lay low. Big Brian Petrie here to serve it to you raw. Ahead and novice in the duo, show you how to play the card, huh? Get live, it's the BigJive MMA Show. The big prize, we don't switch sides, never lay low. Big Brian Petrie here to serve it to you cold. Hey, Jive, yeah, the duo making plays and make them bold, huh?
Oh, just a little taste of the intro music. What's up, Hayden? How you doing, babe?
Dude, I'm getting my drink going.
What do you got? That's not a sugar-free Mr. Pibb.
It's a Diet Coke with a protein shake, vanilla protein shake.
Okay, mixing it up.
BP, this thing will get you right. All right, this
nice.
Dirt drink.
I've never done a protein drink. I took a pre-workout once, Muscle Farm pre-workout, and I was up for 3 days. It did not, I swear to God, it did not agree with me. I could not sleep for like 3 days.
Yes, I'm telling you, boys. You want to get in shape and you got a sweet tooth like me.
Yeah.
And you like Diet Coke or like any kind of soda.
Full-blooded Coke for your boy, but yeah.
Just put a vanilla protein shake in it. It's like basically like a root beer float.
Right.
But like,
do you have Frisch's by where you're at? Have you ever been to a Frisch's, or is that just a local thing?
Frisch's?
Frisch's, I guess it's local. They have like the best cherry and vanilla Coke. It went out of business over here.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. I know like out west they're called Big Boy or whatever, but yeah, this shit's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad farting.
Dude,
honestly, I haven't been farting that much. Usually when I
Coke and milk, yeah.
The protein, I'd be getting a lot of farts, but I'm over 200 grams of protein today. I'm not really farting a lot. So I gotten used to it, and it keeps me in shape, keeps me away from the sweets. You know, that's what I'm trying to do with that. But we got another card to break down this week, BP. We got a little Apex card coming off of the Canada card. And then next week, we got UFC Perth, which is going to be at what, 4 in the morning for you? Yeah. 3 in the morning.
4 a.m. What'll be for you? 5 a.m. What do you? I know you're an hour behind. 3 a.m.
Prelims are 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I dig. Right. I wake up early anyway. I'm up at 5 a.m. Monday through Friday. So waking up an hour earlier to watch some fights by myself, without the kids and the wife awake. Yeah. We'll do it. Like instead of wings, we'll get a little breakfast in there. Instead of wings, we'll get a little breakfast. But yeah, and that per card's decent. You know, I know Ty's opponent just fell out, but I know they're going to probably find someone for him. Hopefully it's a layup like Sharif was. Hopefully they don't give him someone pretty good, because Ty's on a bit of a losing streak.
True. Well, this week we got an Apex card. We got 13 fights. They snuck a couple random bookings.
They threw a couple in here last minute. They've been doing that a lot lately.
Main event, pretty good fight though. Aljo, Zalal. I think it's a good matchup. And by the betting odds, it's a pretty dang close matchup. So obviously we'll break that one down. We're going to break down all the fights. And then at the end of the show, we're going to give you a little bit of the segments, the empty the clip, 3-punch parlay, and a couple sicko parlays. And then we're going to recap how we did at UFC Canada on those. And we're also going to rip some cards. I don't know if you saw, BP, but I ripped a pretty nice John Jones card.
John Jones, I did see that, brother. Congratulations.
Saturday, so
you know what you should do with that card? You should just go ahead and throw it in the trash. The guy is a scumbag. I mean, he's the best fighter in the world, or at least was at one point, but he's a scumbag, man.
That was the bad part. I was like, it's a very valuable card.
Yeah.
But I wish it was somebody else, you know, because I'm like, I don't really want to get shipped to myself because I'm not like a John Jones fan.
Right.
But if it was like even if it was like an Islam, like I would take that, you know. But John Jones, no, not for me.
Not for me.
Let's recap how we did at UFC Canada, UFC Winnipeg, I should say. BP. Oh, good Lord.
This one hurt, boys. I got to explain myself here. So, you know, full transparency. The way I gamble, I'm a middle class guy. Everyone knows my unit size. I'm not afraid to show my unit size. It's It's $100 unit, right? So what I do, and I've been doing this for a while, is every December, you know, they usually end and there's like a 6-week break. I take all the money out and I go and I do whatever I want with it if I have a lot of money left. And right before the first card of the year, I put $1,000 in. I allow myself $1,000 the whole year, and we try to build it up. Well, I haven't had to redeposit or anything like that. I had to do that last year because I had a rough year. So I was down to $800. I decided to go $600. My tied for my biggest wager ever, Mando Nalo. My other was Izzy Yan. Lost that one, lost this one. What stings is my empty the clip last week, which obviously wasn't a $600 wager, was Yuri. He had the potential of winning the fight. I mean, the guy was on one leg. He did something stupid. Nalo had Herbert hurt every time he touched him, rushed in and got put out. When they get put out, then got back up, they got put out. So 2 back-to-back weeks where my guys, this one obviously hurt way worse because of the money. But my guys were right there. They tasted victory. And then, what are we doing? They get caught. It's hard to be mad because both were so fucking electric. I am an MMA fan first, but I do like my money. And the fact that I'm 0-2 on max wager bets, because I'm not I'm never like a big multi-unit guy. I'm never like I'm going to put 10 units on this guy. You see some guys on Twitter, it's like, I got a 15-unit play or whatever. I'm not that dude. Never been that guy. But so 6 has been my max, and we were there, dude. I wasn't counting my money on watching it, and Herbert kept getting up, and Nalo was like a little like he wasn't rushing, but then he started to rush, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not gonna count it till they fucking raise his hand, and he gets clipped. So it was brutal.
The first time he hit him and he like stumbled him. Yeah, I was like, there's no way it's this easy, right? There's no way it can be this easy. And then he like kept chasing him, and then Jai just sits down on her right hand. I'm like,
dude, and then he listened to his corner too, because there's one time he was chasing, and I'm like, dude, easy. It was when Jai stumbled on the cage. I wasn't sure if he got hit or if it was just like a footing thing, and he was rushing him, trying to cut the cage off. And I think his corner was like, no. So he backed up, he started picking his shots. And then he, again, inexperienced guy. I mean, if you debut in UFC, he rushed in and gets caught with the fucking right hand. It was back-to-back weeks. My empty the clip. Both the guys I picked. I mean, I'm not gonna say should have won MMA. Anything can happen, but they had the win. They had the W right there, and it failed. So I was gonna go, full disclosure, I was gonna go an underdog from empty the clip. I texted Hayden at 5 this morning. I said, fuck it, I'm sending it. I have since switched because I'm more level-headed now. I'm looking for a win, but I'm on full tilt right now. But I'm on full tilt. My confidence is down the tubes.
Yeah. Well, we FaceTimed you on stream. And
correct.
You said,
yes.
I'm throwing it all on Jordan.
I did. So I had 200 and I was 814 and change in my account. 600 on Nalo. I went 214.86 or whatever it was on Jordan at minus 135. So it was a little bit of a Band-Aid over a giant gash, but we got to be very smart with the money moving forward and just get some wins. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is you got to get some wins, babe. You know what I mean? It
was not easy either.
Dude, it was wet. I mean, Kyler Phillips did not gas as much as I thought he would. Right. And he was prepared for that guillotine. And Jordan takedown offense. I mean, he was very active in his guard. He was Kimura traps and everything like that, which is great. But I mean, he was getting hit way more too. I mean, props to Kyler Phillips. I thought that was gonna be a lot easier for Charles Jordan. That was a fun fight. That was a good one. Had me sweating for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you picked the 2 best fights of the night, Jordan Phillips, and then Nalo and Herbert. I thought Herbert should have got a bonus, but
that's kind of weird. He didn't. I mean, he got hurt so many times and then fucking.
Chasing ain't smart, BP.
That ain't. I know it's not. I'm better than that, but sometimes I'm not better than that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I enjoy the chase. You know what I mean?
I didn't address the chat at the beginning of the live. I'm sorry, boys. What's up, Dixon?
Dixon he was asking me a question about I'm half gay. What was it? What was that, Aislinn? What'd she say? I'm half gay.
I'm half gay. Somebody said if you don't like the vid, you're gay. So you could be gay and like the vid.
Yeah, you can be anything you want like the vid. Who cares? Just like the vid. Vibes up. Vibes up, bro.
It's Loco's birthday.
Happy birthday, Loco.
Happy birthday, Loco. Shout out to the 3PC Mafia. What's going on, Russ? How we doing? Jacob Gilly, what's going on, brother? Coke and milk, yes. Coke and milk. It's not milk, it's protein shake. It's a little bit sweeter. More protein. Right to the toilet.
What are you weighing nowadays? I've been seeing your workout vids. You're looking thick.
So I was like 210.
Okay, you're over 200 pounds. I wasn't sure if you're over 200 pounds. Yeah.
I'm still probably like I haven't weighed myself in a couple of days, but I'm probably like 204.
Also,
I've lost a little bit, but
so you're leaning out.
Just leaning,
right?
bro. Just leaning. Gotta get in shape for the summer. And then I'm trying to prepare myself for when my next kid is born.
Right.
Because when a kid is born, it's like working out, diet like kind of goes out of the window. So it's like you gotta lock in before that.
Before my kids were here, I looked exactly like you did. I'm just kidding. That's a joke, boys.
My wife hates it because she's pregnant. She wants to eat everything. Sure. And I'm like, I gotta count my calories. I can't go get fucking Taco Bell,
That's so funny you say that. My daughter was born, my first daughter, Winnie, she was born on a Thursday. That Sunday was Father's Day. So it was my first Father's Day. She was 3 days old. And we had people over, and then I had, unfortunately, my wife's side of the family, there's some nutballs. So it didn't really work out. There's some fighting. So they left. Okay. We were supposed to get dinner. They left. I looked at my wife, was like, what do you want to do? She's like, Taco Bell. And I went out and I spent like $60 a time. I just got one of everything off the fucking menu.
I love Taco Bell. I got it on Saturday.
It's good joint. Yeah. Taco Bell's good.
I love it.
You don't have chili cheese burritos over there. Oh, hey, let's see what.
This is the chat Dixon was talking about. I think that he wanted us to read. Tell us about your experience of being on the sperm donors list for Myra Bueno, Silva, and Gloria DePaula. Shout out to them. They're having a baby. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but congratulations. How was the process? Did you ever meet? How was the pay? I signed an NDA. I cannot talk about that process. I
did not sign the NDA. The process was pretty good. I jerked off. Silva watched the entire time. She wanted to see what I was working with in case she had she watched in the room. She was like, I can't have a boy from a guy that's got a twig dick. So she watched me and shouted at me in Portuguese. They paid me $75. And then, that was it. That was it. So I met Silva. I didn't meet her partner, but congratulations on the happy family. Hopefully it's. I have 2 girls, so if they get a boy out of my my semen, I'll be very upset because I have 2 girls. But congratulations.
Congratulations to Hijab getting ready to breastfeed his new baby. I mean, I got some big pecs, but no milk, bro. No milk coming out of them.
Skin to skin.
Over here pulling the year going into training camp. Gotta lock in. Gotta lock in, boys. All right. Man. Once you go through that, you gotta lock in. If you don't, it ain't gonna be easy. So all right, my empty the clip. I think we got screwed. I think we got screwed.
Yeah, he won that fight.
It was a draw, but I think he clearly won the fight. Bullshit point taken. I don't know what the hell that they're doing with these points being taken, BP, but how do you take a point from Castaneda for 2 low blows?
Yeah.
But you don't take any point or even address the 7 cage grabs from Daria Zaleshnikova?
That was the cage grab. The cage grabs, I couldn't say that. The cage grabs, I think, affect fights more than nut shots, if I'm being completely honest with you. Way more. And the fact that she didn't get a stern talking to, a warning, anything, and this dude got, point taken. I mean, that's the thing is, referees do at their own discretion. I believe his referee was Herzog, right? Herzog took these points.
I think it was Herzog.
Herzog, and I think the other one was that dude with no neck. Yeah, the dude with no neck who didn't take the points. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I thought he won that fight as well. The little boy looking dude, the Russian Volgdalin, whatever. Tough kid, good chin. But yeah, he was getting smoked in there. And Castaneda got robbed a little bit in there. Castaneda got robbed
because Castaneda clearly won round 2. Clearly won round 3, but round 1 was close, and 2 of the judges gave it to Vologin. So it's he won 85% of that fight, essentially, and he still couldn't go home with a win. Tough one for Castaneda.
Hopefully Dana saw that. I mean, I know there was another bad decision earlier that night. Hopefully we'll talk about it. But hopefully Dana saw that, was like, give this kid his bonus or his win bonus or whatever the fuck. It was a great fight. It was a fun fight, and he clearly won, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I was going to actually put a bet on Castaneda. I didn't end up doing it. But then he had the whole weight thing. Yeah. And the line got steamed up to minus 160. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I actually didn't put a bet on him. But Still would have been a nice pickup for the empty the clip, but
I had him in our 3PC parlay. I had him in that.
True. And that one, speaking of it, was dead on arrival with Jamie fucking Siraj, dude. Jamie Siraj. Why would I choose Jamie Siraj? You know what? I had Jasmine Jasudavicius in there.
Yeah.
I said, God, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a ton of confidence in Jasmine at 37 coming off a KO loss.
Sure.
I think Siraj should be able to take this guy down, right? Like, it's John Yanis, man. I know Siraj isn't the best fighter, but it's John Yanis. Like, you can at least beat him. Feels like they handpicked John Yanis to, like,
sure,
get him a win. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Even if you get a handpicked opponent, if you ain't like that, you're gonna find out real fucking quick. So
Yanis looked good. Siraj looked terrified. He looked so scared to me. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna get invited back. I mean, he'll get invited back if they go to Canada within the next year, but that's about it.
Yeah. So that was another L. 3-punch parlay has not been successful this year, but we got a long year ahead of us, and we got a nice big plus money 3-punch parlay this week for you. So stay tuned for that. The sickle parlay for BP.
Too ugly
as well, but
yeah,
you got one.
I did. I got jazz hands coming through. Your boy knows chicks. Nalo, I felt like we had that one. Jordan, I don't think we were close. I was very confident Jordan to finish within the distance, whether knockout, submission. I know that sounds kind of stupid now considering Kyler Phillips has never been finished, but I just thought he was going to get tired in that third round and fall into something. And they both got tired. The pace of that fight was crazy, but I've seen Kyler Phillips like couldn't even keep his hands up tired. Yeah. He came in shape. And Jordan, obviously cutting to 35 is going to always be in shape. Sick fight. But yeah, I thought we were going to cash on that one for sure.
I couldn't believe he didn't like completely gas. Cause like at the end of round 1, he looked tired.
I know. Then round 1, they didn't stop moving. Like both boys look, and like he looked tired, but he caught that second wind and, props to Kyler Phillips from pushing through. It was a very, very close. A lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people. There's a couple guys I follow who thought Phillips won. So yeah,
it was interesting. But my sickle parlay 0 for 3 was not the card to bet violence. I could tell you that. All right. It was not the card. Gage Young.
Gage Young could have finished that fight. What are we doing, bro?
I mean, I already did my rant, but like, dude, there's $25,000 for you to push for a bonus, and you're gonna fucking dance, dude. Like, just might as well just hand over the money. I mean, literally, you lost $25,000 because you chose to dance. What are we doing, man?
But he lives in the backwoods of Missouri. Like, he don't give a fuck about money. As long as he can buy fucking Zen and you got fucking gas for his truck, like, he's okay.
He might care about it in a couple of years when he's
100%. Yeah, I mean,
he's 25, so I guess I should have factored that into my handicapping.
Sure,
fucking idiot, dude. Like,
boy, how cooked is Moises though? 31.
Oh my god.
I mean, no disrespect to Gage Young, but Moises cannot take a shot anymore. He has no cardio.
As soon as he started getting stuffed on takedowns, I was like, wow, this should go downhill very fast for him.
Yeah.
And obviously he did not do well after that, but I thought Gage would be able to get him out of there. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Jasmine Carine Silva, that was like Jasmine just getting a dub by any means necessary, which is
correct. Yeah.
And then Jordan Phillips, heavy pace, but
Jordan went for it. I mean, he went for that guillotine several times. Kimura traps, triangle in the very beginning, which really wasn't close, but at least he threw it up. He was hitting Kyler some big shots as well, busting him up. But yeah, I mean, really fun fight, really high paced fight.
We'll have those segments at the end of the show. What do you say?
Yeah.
Should we get into the breakdown here?
Let's get into it.
All right. First fight of the night, we got Talita Alencar coming in at plus 220, taking on Julia Polastri. Sits at minus 260. Polastri 2-2 in the UFC. Coming off a KO win in the third round against Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Talita Alencar 3-1 in the UFC. Coming off back-to-back wins to Vanessa Demopoulos and Ariane Carnelosi. She's 35, so 7 years older. 1 inch shorter, and she's got a 4.5-inch reach disadvantage to Julia Polastri. I mean, this is your classic striker versus grappler matchup in the women's strawweight division. And usually when that's the case, the grappler would get a little bit more love, but she's not. Alencar, a long history in the BJJ world. and she's coming over to MMA kind of late in her life, but still relatively fresh in the MMA world. So what do we think here, BP? Are we chasing a little plus money on the dog, or are we going with the psycho girl, Julia Polastri?
Yeah, this is actually kind of tough because I like the number on Alencar. I think she's only lost to one woman in the UFC. It's Luciano. Excuse me. She can't get past her. But her last fight, 5 takedowns, got the submission, showed her jiu-jitsu, showed that jiu-jitsu. She's got that high butt on her too. She got those real long legs and a high butt sitting on her. And then Julia Polastri, I think she's lost to really good competition. Loopy, Jasmine. I mean, she's only lost to really good girls, and she goes out there and she's a killer when she wants to, be a killer. 260 is really pricey for me to maybe run to the window and bet it. But I like the upside on Polastri. I think if she gets taken down, she's going to get back up. And I think Alencar really hasn't fought somebody that can bang like this. I mean, Arlene Karolosi is just a steroided up chick who wants to clinch you, try to take you down. She might got heavy hands, but she has no takedown defense herself. Vanessa, nothing. She's just pure grappler. I'm going to win a decision. So this is the first time she's fighting someone with real power, real finishing ability, and I like her. I'm a little scared by the number, if I'm being honest with you. I can see Alencar coming through at plus 220. But with that being said, I'm going to take Julia Polastri. I just think the upside's there for her. I just wish we can get her at a little bit of a lower number if I'm being picky. Dirty Reg 22 thinks Alencar takes it. Listen, I can't strongly disagree with that. I like Julia in the spot.
Timo Bia Mosquito is
Bia Mosquito, another high butt mosquito.
Yeah, I think the line's a little wide, but that's really only because Polastri is kind of a slow starter. She just the first 3 minutes, I swear, she doesn't really do much. Last time against Carolina, she started a little bit more or a little bit earlier, but that was another pure striker. So I feel like Alencar might win round 1, but we get into round 2 and round 3, man. I mean, I think Polastri starts to stuff the takedown, starts to put the beating on her, and probably wins a decision or a late finish. I could definitely see a round 3 finish or maybe late round 2 because Polastri, dude, I love this girl's fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so sick. Tons of volume, heavy pressure, just doesn't really give a fuck. She'll take shots, but she kind of enjoys it. It doesn't really, she's not one of these girls that gets hit and she's cowers away. She embraces it, which is literally psycho. The Loopy fight, Loopy got 5 takedowns out of 11 attempts, but Loopy's a much better wrestler than Alencar. Alencar's takedowns are just not good. Her last 2 fights, she landed 9 takedowns, but that's Demopoulos, who has 26% takedown defense, and Carnelosi, who has 22% takedown defense. So those are matchups where she can get takedowns, and she needs to get them. Yeah. And I think eventually she just doesn't get them here, and then Polastri takes over. So, give me Polastri to get this one done. Maybe a late finish. Could be a nice sprinkle. You'll probably get 12-1, 13-1, something like that. I think last time I bet Polastri round 2-3 KO against Carolina. I don't think it was anything crazy odds. It might have been. I'd have to go back and look, but I definitely cashed on that. So maybe we go back to it. Go back to the well. Smaller cage, big pressure girl. I like it. Give me Polastri.
I'm riding. Like it too.
Where's chat engagement? I need ideas. Well, it looks like chat kind of likes the dog a little bit. Dog sprinkle.
Yeah. I do. A lot of grappling heavy fighters get some dog looks. I mean, I'm guilty of that as well.
If you're into the poly market, maybe you could take Alencar and then sell it after round 1 because you can do that. You can sell out of your position after at any point. So maybe you do that, and then maybe then you buy in Polastri at even money or something.
There's your idea right there, bub.
There's your
Reg.
idea.
There's ideas right there, Dirty Reg.
I think I cooked with that, dude.
You did, yeah. You absolutely did. You sounded very smart doing it too.
I mean, I'm fucking trading out here on Poly Market. Let's go.
You're a smart guy.
All right, let's move on. We got a men's flyweight bout. Jafel Filho, the passer, comes in as the biggest favorite on the card, minus 700, taking on Cody Durden, stepping in on another occasion at plus 500, 1-4 in his last 5. He's 35 years of age, coming off the loss to 3P Zone, Naim Jargul, to Mendembaro, where he lost the decision, got out grappled by the Mongolian. He's Mongolian, correct?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Mongolian. Got out grappled by the Mongolian. Now here he is a couple months later, or not even a couple months later. I think that fight was in March. So less than 2 months later, I think he got this call on 6 days notice, 7 days notice. I think he just figured out he was fighting this Saturday like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So Filho's supposed to fight Lucas Rocha, who's more of a striker, not the best grappler. So I thought that was a decent matchup for Filho, and I think this is an even better matchup for him, obviously by the line. Filho sub looks pretty good to me. I don't know that they have odds on that just yet since they don't have props out or haven't seen any props, but Filho inside the distance, Filho sub, I'm just not going to be laying or putting any money on Cody Durden at this point, Nah. What do you think, BP?
Yeah, I guess there's some level of respect for Cody Durden always taking these fights on short notice. But I don't care if it's short notice. I don't care if it's 8 weeks, 8 days, 8 hours. He ain't got it. You know what I mean? He used to be a pretty decent grappler and wrestler with some high pace. He looked pretty good in that fun fight he had with Schnell, his last win. Yes, he's losing to some high-level competition, but he's also getting finished. He's getting rocked. He's getting hurt. So props to the courage and the heart taking this fight. Filho, here's a guy that's a good grappler. His striking's okay. It's a little bit basic, but when it gets to the ground, he's pretty technically sound. He's also very physically strong. Cody Durden does have some good wrestling, but I can see, Cody getting in the ground, getting in the scrambles, and Cody doesn't shy away from the scrambles because that's what he's trained to do with his wrestling. I want to scramble. I'm going to get back to my feet. He should avoid it at all costs, but with no training camp, he's going to fall into old habits and scramble. Filho's going to sub him. That's what I got. I got Filho by sub. You got to cut mine to 700 somehow, some way. This was going to be my empty the clip originally, but I can't find a line. The line's not out yet, so I don't know what it's going to be. I couldn't give you. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, it's probably be like minus 250. For him by sub. I don't know if it'll be quite that high. Yeah, it's going to be pretty high. I mean, Cody.
I don't think it will be.
You don't think? I think he's got submitted his last 2 of 4.
I know. I don't think.
I know Filho is not a big name, and maybe Vegas is gonna maybe soften him with a big name. But I mean, Nascimento, who beat Filho, got him with the Anaconda choke, and then he got knocked out by Ochoa. Tagir Ulanbekov got him by choke forever ago. Mokayev got him by a guillotine forever ago. Jimmy Flick got him by triangle choke. He can be submitted, is the point. And I think he's gonna get submitted here by Filho, and I think he can hang his hat on like, hey, I took this on short notice. What's up, UFC? I'm the guy you can call. I think after he loses his fight, the next people they're gonna be calling him is the PFL. So. No disrespect to Cody Durden. He is a little bit kind of controversial, though. I know, he has said some stupid things in the past, whatever. I don't know the guy, who cares. But I don't know. You can look it up. I think he did something. He said something. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. I'll look it up later. But give me Phil.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to cut him. I think they just keep him around.
You're right. I probably misspoke because they need a guy that's going to take a fight on 3 days' notice.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why Cody keeps doing this is like he knows he's on a losing streak. He's got to be a company man. Just step in and, try to win. But if you lose, it's not really anything. He's not trying to protect like a clean record or anything. So I think Filho sub might be minus 200 or less. And it might be value. It might because Filho.
Really?
I mean, I feel like Filho probably subs him. Yeah, maybe not.
So I found out Cody is I don't like throwing this word out lightly, but there's been some racism thrown his way. He has tweeted the N-word out several times.
Really?
Yeah. And he's definitely pushed some stuff with some post-fight interviews with some of his remarks. So yeah, racism, it's not great. It's not great. I'm not saying he's racist, but there's been some flags in the past. So that's what I was thinking of.
Gotcha. What's the number on KO? We don't have any prop numbers out yet. They don't even have an over-under out on this fight. I think they're fucking scared to drop an under 1.5 at like
the boys are in the lab right now out there at Westlake or Westgate, whatever, whoever sets the
trying to
lines.
figure it
It's
out.
like, what are we going to do with this one?
Did Durden's chin suffer an eye poke? Oh, it kind of does look like it. The little knob on his chin.
Yeah, little butt chin.
All right, let's move on. Lightweight bout. This is a fight that they put together last minute as well.
Sure did.
We got Francis Marshall coming in at -610, taking on the UFC debuter, Lucas Brennan. Lucas Brennan comes in at +460. He's 11-2, 25 years of age. I believe he's the son of Chris Brennan, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
I never watched him. That was before my time.
Yeah, I know Chris Brennan.
But through my research, that's what I came up with. And Brennan was a fighter in Bellator. Pretty dang good grappler. At least that's what they tell me. But he hasn't fought anybody in Bellator. Usually he's a massive favorite in those, and he would sub them very quickly in round 1 or round 2. And then after Bellator, when they weren't giving him tomato cans that he could sub, he went to the PFL and he lost a decision to the 12-7 Dimitri Ivy as a -1,600 favorite. It's one of the biggest upsets in MMA history. And then he followed that up with a split decision loss in Fury against a 4-0 Mauricio Gomes. And since then, he's had 2 fights against a 6-5 Austin Coleman and a 12-5 Joshua Weems, and he subbed them both in round 1 with a rear naked choke. And those fights were an XKO. So that kind of tells me that this guy, Lucas Brennan, if he's matched up correctly, he will run through his opponent. But if he's not getting a cherry-picked opponent, he is losing. And once you get to the UFC, if you're not getting cherry-picked opponents, you're probably going to lose if you've never really been that guy. And I don't think Lucas Brennan is that guy, and neither do the books, because he's a huge underdog here. So Francis Marshall should probably be able to run through him. Obviously, he's got to worry about the submission threat, but I don't think Marshall's like a bum on the mat by any means. So I think he gets it done by whatever way he wants. What do you think here, BP?
Yeah, Lucas Brennan, he's not good. He's just not good, right? His jiu-jitsu's good enough for MMA to sub low-level talent. When he fights guys who are not low-level talent, he does not look good at all. Francis Marshall is definitely not low-level talent. I wouldn't say he's the most talented guy in the UFC, but he's still coming away. You know, left Jersey, went to Florida, American top team. He's getting better every time he's there. Coming on a nice little win here. I think he's smart. I think he's going to avoid any of the slop that Brennan does. He's not going to be able to take Francis down, and he's going to be pulling guard. He's going to be doing some goofy shit, right? To want to engage him on the ground. I don't see that happen with Francis. I see Francis piece him up on the feet. I like Francis here. -610 is tough to get by. Not sure how we're going to play this on a prop side. Francis by TKO is jumping out at me, but I don't know if, Brennan has proven to be pretty tough, even though it's a low-level competition. Give me Francis Marshall. I really thought you were going to leave with a Tony Ferguson joke, because the young man looks like Tony Ferguson. You said he's Chris Brennan's son, but he should get a DNA test. I thought that's where you're heading. But yeah, he looks, those ears and even the chin, the shape of the face, Tony, you have some explaining to do, brother. But no, this is Francis Marshall all the way. If this was like -310 or something, this would be such a good anchor piece. But again, Vegas is on top of it. Yeah, look at that. But they got the same chest too, bro. Like the same chest. Look how they're standing.
Same,
bro. Tony got some explaining to do.
Tony, did they ever train together? Tony and Chris Brennan? Did he ever go over to their house and have dinner or something?
Because Chris Brennan is 25, right?
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson's 42. Tony Ferguson lost his virginity when he was 11. There's guaranteed about that. That dude's fucking somebody at 11, guaranteed. So the idea of him having a kid at 17 is not that crazy.
Russ is saying don't sleep on Brennan. Not sure he'll win, but he's good.
Russ, get your eyes checked, Russ.
If you're losing to fucking Dimitri Ivy,
listen,
that's not a good look.
This is MMA. Brennan could pull out a submission.
Yeah, he
right?
could
Of course.
That fucking sub,
But I don't want you to say he's good ever again. Yay,
I don't care if he went in there and fucking subbed who's a good lightweight. If he subbed fucking Patty Pimblett with like a heel hook, he's still not good to me. I've watched the tape. This guy ain't fucking good, dude.
He ain't good.
He's not. He's just not good.
He ain't good.
He could win on any night with
comparatively.
weird sub, but jiu-jitsu nerds, no thank you. I won't be laying minus 610 on Marshall, though, I can tell you.
No, can't get that. Can't get that out for the fire, Marshall.
All right, moving on. We got a welterweight bout. Max Griffin, all 40 years of him, coming in at plus 125, taking on Victor Valenzuela. Sits at minus 145, making his UFC debut. 4-1 in the last 5. He fought in the Contender Series last season against Michael Oliveira, who's a very good fighter that we're going to have to watch out for. And he got KO'd in the second, got dropped 3 times. And he went on after that, got a fight in, I forget the promotion, but he fought Yusaku Kinoshita. You remember him, BP?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he fought in the UFC. Sticks.
Yeah. Dude, we were all so excited for Yusaku Kinoshita. He had one of the sickest KOs in Contender Series history. It was the pole.
What were people calling him online? Weren't people calling him like
the Japanese McGregor?
Japanese McGregor. Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was undefeated. Well, he had a DQ loss. But, I mean, he hit that pole counter on Jose Enrique, who's coming to the UFC soon. And it was like beautiful, man. And then he got ran through by Adam Fugit. And he got ran through by Billy Ray Goff. And then he got ran through by Victor Valenzuela in Lamino Shuto 4 back in March 26th. So less than a month ago, Valenzuela put him away. So here he is, less than a month later, making his UFC debut against a 40-year-old Max Griffin, who's 2-3 in his last 5. Hasn't looked amazing, but obviously he's fighting some decent level of competition. Your boy Chris Curtis got it done against him in a close fight.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think here?
This one's tough because I hate betting Max Griffin. Plus 125 looks great. Venezuela's KO or bust. The guy's got no chin. He's got power. That's it, right? He's KO or bust. And Max Griffin doesn't really get KO'd a lot. And he's a grimy dude. His fights are ugly. His stand-up's ugly. His grappling and the way he takes you down, his movements herky-jerky. It works for him, but it's ugly. It's not pretty to watch, but he wins fights. So, I mean, I can see Victor catching him and clipping him and putting Max Griffin out. Max Griffin's 40. I can definitely see that happening. But, I mean, the experience of Max Griffin's side, they did put this together on short notice. Max Griffin is a pretty big welterweight. I'm really curious to see how the weight cut is. If he hits the screws at 170 and he looks healthy on the scales, I'm going Max Griffin at plus 125. If he looks like shit, misses weight, blah, 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 what have you, if the fight continues, yeah, I'm off Max. I probably won't touch it. But right now, let's just say he makes weight. He looks good. I'll take the experienced guy, Max Griffin. I'm not overly confident, but plus 125. I'm not going to risk a lot for this. And Victor, I think, is, he got dropped 3 times in the Contender Series fight. Yes, he's fighting a good guy, but he got dropped 3 times. He's got power and he's got aggressiveness, and that's about it. I think everything else is kind of low level on him. And I think Max can expose that. I think this is a good matchup for Max. Age is just a number, but 40 does scare me when it comes to a guy like Max Griffin. But I'm going to take Max. I'm going to take Max for a little shekel here or there. Not overly confident, but yeah, give me Max Griffin.
Yeah, I don't really want to side here because I don't want to bet on 40-year-old Max Griffin. To me, he hasn't really looked that great. The Chris Curtis fight, he had a good game plan, but it just looked like he couldn't execute it,
Right.
Like
he was pissed at Chris after that fight, too. They hate each other now.
Really?
He thought he won, and Chris like, bro, you didn't win. And then, they fucking hate each other now.
He uses a lot of footwork, and I just don't know that he reacts. His reaction is like on the level it needs to be to have his type of fight style at 40. And Valenzuela brings a tough pressure, man. Like a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
He's there to be hit. And I kind of like a little bit of violence here. Maybe fight doesn't go or under 2.5. Like I know Griffin's never been KO'd, but he's 40. I mean, he got TKO'd by Covington, but ground and pound, not really the same as, getting KO'd on the feet. He's 40, man. So, I mean, like Valenzuela's going to bring the fight in the small cage. Like there's going to be a lot of exchanges here. Valenzuela, he's there to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like every single fight. Doesn't change up his fight style at all. And Oliveira got hit with some big shots early, but then found his range, started to pick him apart. And Valenzuela, even after getting dropped, not once, not twice, was still walking forward.
Listen, he's got heart. He's tough. He's tough.
Like, dude, he got dropped and then just immediately got back up and like kept marching him down with his head still on the center line, just getting picked apart. So, yeah, I'd probably go some plus money violence. Fight doesn't go plus 125. Might have to take a stab on that instead of a side. They're saying I'm freezing up, and maybe that's because I'm going to a different tab or something. So I'll move the tab.
Yeah, you freeze up every once in a while. The comment of the night so far was it says right here. It says, I think he freezes every time he looks at BP because he's nervous.
I am nervous.
I have that effect on a lot of different people, brother. It's okay. No, but we can still hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead. Well, yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I mean,
no,
I think it's
read the comment. Yeah.
I go to a different tab and maybe it pauses my screen or something. I don't know. Maybe a new update with StreamYard. Here late, that Nala fight was insane. Had his money line KO ITD. Luckily played under 2.5 to save me a bit. Thought he had him. Bam. It was a crazy fight to experience in person. Well, that was a good fight for you then. Shout out to you, Juan, in the chat.
That's cool.
Smash the like button for us, everyone in the chat.
Smash it.
Trinidad Valenzuela is a wild man. He gets after it. Doesn't concern himself with getting hit. He does. That's why I kind of like violence, dude. It's like there's gonna be big.
If he had a better chin, right, he would be really good. It just, obviously the mental's there, the toughness is there. Just give him a little bit better of a chin, which obviously I don't know how people have good chins. I've been trying to study that for years. But yeah, he just doesn't really have a super great one. But he is tough, and he'll go for it.
You get hit that many times, it can't be good.
No,
can't be Holloway. Holloway, at least he has a great chin, but at least he like evades. He's got good.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you look at boxing, you get James Toney, right? James Toney has one of the best chins ever in the history of boxing. He's only been dropped twice, never been knocked out. The guy's a fat slob, has been hit a million times, right? It slurs his speech, but still has got a chin on him. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've literally I've tried to study. Like, I thought it was maybe the head size, the jaw size, the neck size. Dude, I went down a fucking road with it. Justin Gaethje talked about it on Rogan. He was like, I think it's your mind. Like, you tell yourself, I know I'm gonna. They were talking about Tony Ferguson before Tony Ferguson. Well, it was after the Gaethje-Ferguson fight where Gaethje couldn't knock Ferguson out. This was before the Chandler fight. And Tony had never been knocked out cold before. He had been dropped. But Tony's so crazy, he just wills his body to go, no, we're not doing that. We ain't gonna do that. And I'm like, that might be it. I don't fucking know.
Maybe Vittori should be a chin psychologist. Just like
great chin, yeah.
Teach people how to have a fucking granite.
But he's got that big block head. I'm like, okay, that's the thing. But there's been other guys with a big block head who get KO'd. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, Ethan Ewing, massive head too. That guy's
that dude's head, jaw, neck. That good luck cracking that fucking guy.
All right, we got some more ladies.
Ladies.
Myra Bueno Silva, who we talked about at the top of the show, comes in as a plus 295. She's going to be a new mother very soon here. Michelle Montagu, not going to be a new mother, but she is going to come in as the favorite, minus 360. She's undefeated. She won her UFC debut against Luana Carolina last year in Perth, and I was a little surprised to not see her on the Perth card next week. She's here in Vegas. I know she trains at ATT in Florida, so maybe she didn't want to travel all the way there again. Not fun to do that. But Bueno Silva, 0-4 and 1 no contest in her last 5. Ever since she got that title shot, it has all been downhill. It has been rough sledding for Myra Bueno Silva. What do you think, BP? I mean, I'm going to let you go first on this one. Thank you.
Smart. Let me go first. I know chance. This fight just stinks. I mean, it does. But Michelle Montagu, she's got one way to win, and that's by submission. I think Bueno Silva has good submission advantage. She's obviously never lost by submission. She has 7 of her own. In her prime, I think Silva wins this handedly. I think she's more well-rounded. But right now, coming off 4 straight losses, she reached the title shot, lost, but she reached there. Now she's having a kid. Where are the distractions at? Where are the motivation at? I've been flip-flopping back and forth in this fight. Honestly, I think it's pretty low level. At this point, I think Silva might be one of the most boring fighters on the UFC roster. Low output, doesn't really do much. Push against the cage. It's like we need more action. Montagu's gonna want to push it because the only way she wins this fight is she gets it to the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna. I know chicks, but I'm gonna go Silva. I literally keep back and bounce back and forth.
On her. That's the mother of your child.
That's very true. I'm an honest man. I keep going back and forth on her, and I just think Silva can keep this fight where she wants it and avoid where Montagu wants it. Yeah, I do.
So?
I think so. I mean, she's fought some good submission, or her last loss is like, Raquel Pennington, who's a high level girl. Macy Shazam was by the cut. Jasmine Jazavicius, who's high level. And then Jacqueline Cavalcante, who's on the rise right now, who's got good submissions too. None of them finished her besides the cut, Montagu, 7-0, not a ton of experience. She's got that Australian jiu-jitsu, which, is it that high level? Is it as good as Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Give me Silva. I hate it. I might play it come Saturday, but my pick is going to be Silva. Plus 295. It's really, really hard for me to pass up because she can make this dog, ugly, boring, win a split decision, cry her eyes out, speak 20 minutes in Portuguese like we want to hear her fucking life story on the prelims. But that's what I think. I think it's going to happen. I don't have the best read on this fight, if I'm being honest with you, but minus 360 for Montagu is a no-go for your boy.
So just to correct you, she's from New Zealand, not
Australia. My bad. I know they get very offended over there. New Zealand is a different country from Australia. I know what they say when Australia, instead of saying like, how you doing? How you going? How you going? And then in New Zealand, they say, sweet ass, bro. Sweet ass, bro.
I gotta say, I mean, fucking Montagu is massive. I know she used to fight at 145, 155. Look at this fucking build, dude. Jesus Christ. I know she trains with Kayla Harrison too. So I mean,
right.
That's my my boxing coach.
There you go. Brandon in Florida.
She been at Boca Boxing where she needs to be because goddamn, her fucking striking is rough. Yeah. It is
good. Good thing she's working on that.
Yeah, she's gonna need a lot more sessions with my guy there. But yeah, minus 360. I mean, I think it might be
tough, bro.
I think it's minus 400 now. The line is moved.
Let's not get it. Silva has not looked good at all. And she hasn't looked good for a while. She got gifted a title shot just because there's no one else. But Montagu, though, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Close to like betting on Myra Bueno Silva, but it's like, I mean, I said this. Tell me if this is not like the most accurate thing on my breakdown that I posted today. I said, I feel like it's Myra Bueno Silva's fight to lose, but I trust her to lose it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have no faith in her at this point. 4 losses in a row. And then you look back at her career, right? You start to like revisionist history. Her 3 wins before that Holly Holm fight were a decision against Wu Yanan.
Yeah.
An armbar against Stephanie Egger and a knee bar against Lena Landsberg.
Yeah.
And then she subs Holly Holm and she's in a title fight. And not only that, she's the favorite in a title fight. But it's like,
what did she get popped with in a Holly Holm fight? Was it steroids or was it weed?
It was Adderall.
Okay.
So Ritalin acid.
Yeah, losing weight or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think she said it's because like her ADHD or ADD or whatever. But I mean,
well, that's what she's gonna say. But yeah,
right.
I was gonna drop weight. I mean, John Jones also said he needed dick pills. But really it was just because he was pumping his body full of steroids.
100%. I mean, Montague's striking is so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
She's so hittable. And she like kind of has a little bit of confidence in it too. Like she's not like a Bia Mosquito where she's not really going to engage.
Because she's like, fuck it. I'm going to just go out there and she take me down. Cool.
Carolina damn near knocked her out like twice.
Yeah.
The craziest fucking thing when I was looking at the stats, I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but this is
you really are.
It's a fucking weird fight to me, dude.
Yeah.
So
not as weird as the next one, but yeah.
True. Montagu had 10 minutes and 43 seconds of control time. So that means they were on the feet for 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
Yeah.
Carolina landed 48 significant strikes in 4 minutes and 17 seconds. That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's 10. She absorbs 10 significant strikes per minute on the feet. So, I mean, if Bueno Silva can
she just doesn't throw, dude.
Just throw.
Her corner's got to be like, just go out there and throw.
You will hit her.
Yeah.
And then, what my fear is okay, she hits Montagu a few times. Montagu shoots a takedown. Bueno Silva pulls guillotine. She doesn't get it. She's on her back. And then, it starts to snowball, and Montagu can get takedowns easier, and then she wins the decision, which probably happens, right? But Montagu is just she's a solid grappler, but her striking is just so bad. Eventually the fade's going to be there for Montagu. I just don't know if it's a Saturday. We'll see.
We'll see.
I picked Montagu, but not betting her. I might even bet Bueno Silva if this line continues plus 330 she is right now. Oh my God, dude. I mean, you probably have to go inside the distance, but at plus 330, it's why even get cute with it? Giannis versus Siraj type fight. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That is so true.
Buckle up. You got to be careful, boys.
So true.
That's why it's plus 295 on Silva, and I think that line might go up, hopefully. We'll get our plus 400 for a fight that I think could be very competitive. I'll take the gamble.
Yeah. Let MBS snort all the Adderall. Yeah, I mean, I might even send her some Adderall. If I put a bet on her, I'm going to be I might spike her drink at the fucking right before she walks out.
If that's how you're getting finishes, my opinion, when John Jones was on coke, that's the best version of John Jones we got. If Myra Bueno Silva needs Adderall to finish bitches, give her some Adderall, right? That numb you or anything. I've never taken it, but I know ADHD people need it, but if you don't have ADHD, it speeds you up. So it's maybe like a coke if you take too much of it. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
You never taken it? Never taken Adderall?
No.
I don't take it anymore. And I've never consistently.
So when I was in high school, I got such bad grades. And my teachers were like, he might have problems with ADHD. We got to get him tested. So I go get tested and it comes back. They're like, nope, there's nothing wrong with him. He just doesn't care. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I really don't care.
Yeah. I didn't do it much, but when we would go out, sometimes I would take it so I could stay awake.
Sure.
Late
my
at night.
buddy's mom, she was kind of she was short and kind of round, right? I ran into her. She works at a hardware store. I ran into her years later, and she was so skinny. And I remember going hey, Lisa, you look fucking great. Yeah. What have you been doing? She goes, Adderall. She was so open and honest with it. Adderall. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Adderall is pharmaceutical meth. That is true.
Yeah. No, I've never taken it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that do take it to curb appetite, which is geez, find something else, man. Right. I mean, get on Ozempic or something, man. You don't need to
back then that was the first Ozempic. Now people can get on Ozempic.
Yeah. All right, let's go to an even better fight. Middleweight bout here. We got Sedriques Dumas. Sits at plus 165, taking on Jackson McVey. Sits at minus 190. McVey looking for his first UFC W. He's 0-2. Got armbarred by Bruno Ferreira and got rear naked choked by Zachary Reese. He is now at the MMA labs in Arizona. And who knows what Sedriques Dumas is up to nowadays, but 1-3 with 1 no contest in his last 5. He's coming off the loss to Dante Johnson, where, I mean, I think we got to be pissed at Sedriques Dumas because he made us think Dante Johnson was kind of be really good. I mean, he took down Dante, but couldn't really do much with it, and then got out wrestled, and then tapped to the weirdest guillotine choke I've ever seen. There was nothing there. So what do we do here? I mean, I'm not laying minus 190 on McVey. I just can't do it. Because I feel like if Dumas wants to wrestle him, probably can wrestle. McVey's takedown defense is 0. And if Dumas wrestles him, does McVey have the cardio or the get-up game to, deal with it? I don't know. I mean, every time he's been taken down, he got subbed. So it's I can't really trust this guy's ground game. I know he's got 3 submissions on his record, but those are all like front chokes after he beat him up in the clinch against low-level competition. So, I mean, I think McVey could maybe get him out of there early, but if he doesn't, I would be very worried for him because Dumas, you know, he's got 3 decision wins in the UFC. So, I mean, he can win decisions, not against great competition, but McVey's not exactly a great competition. So, what do we do here, BP?
This fight is so bad. I think neither of these guys, I mean, I can't believe Dumas still has, a fight. I mean, this is his 8th fight in the UFC, which is absolutely insane to me. I think the guy is so low level, and not to mention what he does outside the cage, right? All this shit. The good news is I haven't heard anything from him in a while. At least he hasn't, whatever his personalized situation is.
Maybe 26. He's clean slate.
Yeah, maybe he's cleaned that up, right? I know women can make men go crazy. That was my real dad, who had a lot of problems. That was one of his biggest problems is women. But, that doesn't excuse the stuff he did. And then you got Jackson McVey, who, he's submitted and has knockouts of really low-level competition. The move to the Arizona lab, the lab in Arizona, I think that's great. Great move. Get your cardio up, get your game up. That's a great lab. Great position, great thing. But I don't know if they really have people his size. I mean, Cannonier kind of, maybe. But, Cannonier's getting a little bit older. I mean, he's 6'4", 77-inch reach. Dumas has a longer reach, which is interesting. Yeah. I told myself I would never do this. I promised myself because, he's a bad person and I don't want to associate with this, but I think this is a Cedric Dumas's fight. I mean, you went back and you look at the Cody Brundage fight, right? Cody Brundage is pretty skilled when it comes to submissions at times. He's got a good front choke, just like McVey. He out-grappled Brundage easy. This guy can go 3 rounds. And I think he beats McVey. I think he's better than McVey. And you're giving me plus 165 on that as well. This is a horrible, disgusting move by me. But he beats Jackson McVey. I mean, Jackson McVey's almost a 2-1 favorite, which is insane. I know the public perception of Dumas, he stinks. And the public perception is he's a bad guy. And maybe all those are true. But I don't think he's as bad as McVey. I think he's had a couple bad runs with some guys lately. And I think Jackson McVey, as long as he doesn't get caught early, because McVey is pretty dangerous in the clinch with being so tall. And then, again, he does have some good front chokes, and Dumas just got submitted by a guillotine choke. So those are all things that are possibilities. But I like Dumas here, dude. At plus 165, I cannot believe I picked this guy, and I might actually bet him. But yeah, give me Dumas, dude. It's sick, though. It's fucking sick.
To this day, that Dumas Brundage fight, one of the, for one, disgustingest fights like I've ever seen. But the funniest part was Dumas was coming off the guillotine loss to Fremd, right? Yeah. And he stepped in on short notice to fight Dumas. And Brundage pulled guillotine each round. And he thought he was going to get it. His only thing he was thinking about was, I need to pull guillotine on this guy. Yeah. And he lost because he just pulled guillotine and Dumas wouldn't, got out of it, just laying on top of him. It's like, this is what we're working with right now. I mean,
his wins in the UFC. I mean, Cody Brundage, who's still getting a fight booked every goddamn month. And then Abu Azaitar stinks. Dennis Tulian stinks. Got knocked out by Olszejczak. Olszejczak's a beast, right? Yeah. The no contest is against Zachary. I believe that was the nut kick. And then Dante Johnson, where, he looked like trash and got dominated the entire fight. And then obviously got finished in round 2. But as long as he's focused, and again, he hasn't been arrested. I haven't heard anything, right? And he's training. I believe he's a Florida guy. I'm not really sure what gym he comes from, but again, the underdog money is too good to pass up because McVey is just not good. He's not. I'm sorry. Great hair. Love the long hair, bro.
I was actually thinking Dumas decision.
I like that too.
9-1.
9-1? Yeah. I was thinking that too. But McVey is so soft, I can see him getting finished too.
And the fact that he's been subbed almost instantly every time he's hit the ground.
He's so soft, God. Right?
Yeah.
And then Dumas is not a killer anywhere. All his wins in the UFC are by decision. But man, McVey, if he's gonna get a finish, it'll be McVey because he's so soft.
Yeah, I think moneyline. You take a stab on Dumas, man. Yeah. That plus 165, dude. It sounds disgusting.
It's so gross, bro. It's so gross, but I have to do it.
What's McVey round 1? because I feel like
that'd be a good way to play it.
Plus
Get him out of there
200.
early. Yeah.
Yeah, plus 200. That's
Because
not
if
bad.
Dumas is a dumbass, play on words,
Right.
he could get choked out. I mean, he get guillotined. He's been guillotined twice. You know what I mean? McVey's got a good front choke. So,
All right, let's move on. We got a middleweight bout. Adolfo Vieira comes in at minus 290, taking on Eric McConico. This is at plus 250. McConico 0-2. No, not 0-2. He's 1-2 in the UFC. He does have a win against Cody Brundage. Shout out to that. I mean, that was a beautiful fight as well. McConico 35, trains at the MMA lab. Vieira 36, coming off the KO loss to Bo Nickel. So first KO loss for Adolfo. We'll see how he bounces back, but that's not where he wants to be. He wants to get the fight to the ground and choke you out. We all know the pedigree of Adolfo on the ground. So is he going to be able to use it in this one? I mean, he's minus 290. I would assume if he's going to cover that price tag, he's probably going to be getting a submission here. But do you think he can get it, BP?
yeah, McConico, I saw him fight. He fought Sakayev or whatever. Both these guys actually fought in New York City. Vieira got head kick knocked out by Bo Nickel. McConico lost in round 3, but was somewhat competitive against a guy. He was a giant underdog. McConico's a little bit, sneaky athletic, right? Maybe not sneaky athletic. He's athletic. Yeah. I wouldn't really be super concerned with him anywhere. He's got 4 knockouts and 3 submissions, 3 decisions, but a low-level competition. I don't think he's going to knock out Vieira. Vieira 36, coming off a horrible head kick knockout over Bo Nickel. You got to be worried about that. Vieira needs to fucking grapple, though. I'm tired of this. Obviously, it's hard to grapple against Bo Nickel. You got a really good arm triangle choke. You really are really heavy on top. His obviously striking is improving as he goes, but I really need to see a commitment to wrestling and grappling in this spot, because that's where you're going to win. That's where you're going to beat McConico, right? Vieira on the mats outside the UFC prior to UFC was legendary. In the UFC, yeah, he's got a couple submissions, but he's also got choked out by Fluffy, where he absolutely gassed out. And I think that really halted his idea of maybe I shouldn't grapple for 3 rounds, and he became a striker again. And his matchups haven't been really all that great. He couldn't get Chris Curtis down when they fought. He shot like 30 goddamn times. And then obviously you're not going to take down or try to take down Bo Nickel, because that'd be kind of fruitless. McConico, you got to do that. You got to hunt for it, right? You got to go for it. And I need to see it finish, especially after a knockout loss. You're 6-4 in the UFC, 3-2 in your last 5. You're 36 years old. The UFC might go, because some of his fights are a little dry, especially if they stay on the feet. Sometimes they're being pretty good. We want to see this guy wrestle. We want to see this guy grapple. And I think he can out-grapple McConico. I'm going to take Vieira. I'm not overly confident. I'll only play sub only, Vieira by sub. If I want to get cutesy, his last 2 subs are by arm triangle, so I'll go to BetMGM and bet arm triangle. But yeah, McConico, again, I think he's going to be a little squirrely to get down. I think it'll be harder to get down than most people think. But I think if Vieira can get him down, I think he's so heavy on top. He's so good on top. As long as he's got the gas, he'll get a sub. So give me Rodolfo Vieira. But I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it.
Yeah. I've never been a Vieira guy personally.
No, nearby, really.
And when they signed McConico, I actually kind of liked him. He was a little bit older. Like, I'm not saying I didn't think he was going to be like super good, but they signed him to fight Ruzaboyev. And I've always thought Ruzaboyev was like kind of a fraud.
Yeah.
And I bet McConico against Ruzaboyev. I think he was like plus 245 or something like that, in the same range as this. And he did nothing in round 1. And then he came out after the corner talked to him, and they were like, do you want to be here? Like, you got to go fight, because they didn't throw anything really in round 1. And then he got sparked at the beginning of round 2. And then he was like plus 200 to Cody Brundage on short notice. And I bet him there. And I bet him by decision at like plus 500. And I'm like, it's Cody Brundage.
Yeah, right. What am I missing here?
Why is Cody Brundage like a big favorite against this guy? And it was a close fight. Like, it was kind of a sweat. And then obviously his next time out against Susakayev, I didn't even touch that fight. But I kind of have always thought McConico has good skills. It's just his chin like fails him.
When he was on the regional scene, he's got some good wins. He beat Maki Bitolo, who's former UFC guy, not high level. Cincinnati's own Tyler Ray, who's bounced around a lot. Killcliff staple down there, good wrestler, grappler, not the best record, but again, a good dude to beat on the regional scene. And then Jerome Hatch, another guy who's just a really good veteran guy that you got to get by, and he finished Rome Hatch. That's what got him called to the UFC. And I think there's value on McConico for sure.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I just think Vieira. I think after the knockout, he's probably gonna go. I need to get back to jiu-jitsu, and then and he's very good when he gets it down. I don't know how great his wrestling is nowadays. I mean, his takedown. He's really only got one takedown, and if you can stop that, it's you're pretty good. But
yeah, I mean, I also cashed on Petrosky at plus 200, and Petrosky by decision at like plus 500 against Vieira. Because if Vieira can't take you down, like he's not even like a minus 200 fighter, unless it's Trayshawn Gore and he's just gonna allow you to pick away at him because Gore probably smoked a bunch of weed before the fight. He's gonna be fine.
Oh, peanut.
Like also Vieira stylistically against southpaws is just not good. Like you look at his losses. Chris Curtis southpaw. Pieced him up, couldn't take him down. Petrosky, southpaw, pieced him up, couldn't take him down. Bo Nickel pieced him up, southpaw, couldn't take him down. I mean, I think there's value on McConico. There has to be, man.
Yeah, I agree. I can't believe he's 6 foot with a 77-inch reach. That's a big reach for only being 6 foot.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
that's bigger. I'm 6'2", and I think 76 is my reach.
Let me just fact check that. Give it
that reach is real?
It's real. 77.
That's a big reach for only being 6 foot.
His striking's okay, man. I don't think it's bad. I mean, he was doing very solid against Susurkaev until he got killed. So it's like this.
That's what I mean. His movement was good. He's sneaky. Like he can win fights like that. I just think sometimes maybe against a guy like Susurkaev, you got overwhelmed. I don't think unless if he avoids the ground game with Vieira, and this is a really good live betting spot too. You might not get such a better you might get a good number at pre-flop, but if Vieira cannot sniff this guy a takedown right in the first round, then you got to go McConico. There's no way Vieira's going to win on the feet. He's very stiff, very rigid, doesn't move his head. He throws a lot, right? He'll be there and he'll throw a lot. His chin overall is held up. Obviously, he gets fucking head kick blitz knocked out by Bo Nickel. But I mean, you're talking me into it. I like Vieira's sub still, but McConico by decision. I like that too. Hold on, someone challenged me to a boxing match. You want to click on that there? Yeah, I'm challenging the guy on the bottom to a boxing match. Accept it, Angelo Bodetti. I don't know how much you weigh though, because I'm a big fucking dude. So if that's you in the picture, you don't look very big, buddy. So I might eat you for lunch, but the challenge is accepted.
Challenge accepted.
I thought you were like 5'7". No, I'm not 5'7". I actually had my daughter measure me the other day, and I'm actually John Anik used to say I was 6'3". I'm 6'3" with the hair puffed, but realistically, I'm like 6'2" in change.
Still pretty big.
Yeah, I'm a big guy. 294 this morning, so I'm not fucking around.
All right, before we go into the main card, want to guys let you guys know about the contest on 3PC this week. They're gonna run it back. Nobody got a perfect card last week. We'll check out how we did on the.
You don't have to check mine.
Don't have to check it. I know the leaderboard. Dirty Harry went 9-2, was up the most units. I think overall, I went 7-4. Down 0.38 units on my picks.
I don't even think I'm gonna be in the top, bro. Like,
are we gonna find VP or
where they cap out at 200? Yeah, I don't think I'm sniffing too. Oh, 113. 4 and 4. We switched, bro. Yeah, 4 and 7. It was a rough night. It was a rough night. I had 2 bets. It was probably the least betted event for me in a long time. Only 2 bets because it was, I risked so much money. And I'm glad I did that because some of my earlier leans in the prelims, like the ones I was like, I would bet this, I lost. So good I didn't shake the money out.
Well, make sure you get your picks in this week.
Dirty Harry, number 1. Congrats, Dirty Harry, 9-2. Any other familiar faces? We haven't seen Luna up there in a while.
Yeah. Oh, there's Luna.
Big Earl. There's Luna. Luna's still killing it. Big Earl, that's Dylan. That's Russ's kid.
Alan Joban.
7-4. You and Alan Joban tied. Fatima was up there. There's Russ. Russ went 1-2. You only picked 3 fights? Oh, yeah, he did. Remember he told us, he's like,
yeah,
I'm not doing anything in this card.
5-6 for Fatima.
Okay.
Good thing we didn't fucking get her leg.
I literally figured if we got her leg tonight, she would go to law because I gave Aljo. She'd be like, "That's the law."
Yeah.
She always goes opposite me.
Well, if you get all of them correct, we did have somebody get all of them correct a few weeks ago. What card was that? I think it was an Apex card, actually, that somebody got them correct.
Silly, Gilly, Goose, MMA.
That might have been the last Apex card.
Yeah. And then someone won $200 last week.
Or maybe it was two Apex cards ago. But yeah, get your picks in there, 3punchcombo.com. Link down in the description below. You can use code BigJive for a free month and get full access to the 3Punch forum. Otherwise, you can just sign up for free and get your picks in for free to enter the contest. It's free. There's no entry to.
There's no catch.
No catch.
No catch.
Description below.
You pick, you get them right, you win the cash. As long as you got Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, wire transfer, snail mail. Bro, you're getting the money. No doubt about it.
No questions.
No questions.
Also, actually, should shout out the first ever robbery insurance on 3Punch Combo.
We're doing it, baby.
Last week. I mean, we all thought it. You saw my reaction on stream.
Yeah.
That decision. I was in shambles. I mean, I was like shell shocked, my jaw hit the floor. I'm looking at Poly Market and I'm seeing it in live, like the lines changed like live in front of me, where Horth went from 99% and then all of a sudden she's down to 0%. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
It's insane.
And yeah, so 3PC reached out to Jamie Lynn Horth. I made that video on Instagram and we got a hold of her and she's getting her robbery insurance. So shout out to
so
3PC
cool
for doing that, giving her a little kickback for
when I was first introduced to Russ, and he pitched me 3PC. That was one of the tent poles he pitched me was a robbery insurance. I thought that was such a good idea. I know MMA Guru did that for like a brief period of time, but if we can do that more consistently, because Jamie Lynn Horth obviously lost half her paycheck on a complete fucking utter robbery over JJ Aldrich's, that she deserves a little bit of cash. And I'm so glad to be a part of 3PC that gives it to her. So shout out Jamie Lynn Horth. And yeah. Sorry you got robbed there.
Yeah, that sucked. But robbery insurance coming in clutch. And we got a bunch of new fighters on 3Punch Combo that are protected by that robbery insurance as well. If Horth was a part of 3Punch Combo, she probably would have got a little bit more. But yeah. So if you know a fighter, tell them to join 3Punch Combos. So
join on that.
Saved by the robberies if that happens to him. Back to the breakdowns. To start the main card, we got Ryan Spann coming in at plus 127, taking on Marcus Buchecha. Sits at minus 147. Buchecha still looking for his first UFC W. Lost to Budai in his debut. Didn't lose to Kenny Nzechukwu. Went to a draw. I was there, and it was a weird fight. Such a weird fight. I mean, I feel like both of Buchecha's fights have been super weird. Anytime a heavyweight fight goes to decision, it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. But Ryan Spann usually does not go to decision. So we should see a finish here. Spann, 34, big dude, fought at light heavyweight for a long time, moved up to heavyweight, lost to Waldo, and then got a win against Lucas Dresky, round 1 submission. So he's coming off a win, but he's been one of these guys that has always struggled with his motivation and dedication to training.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the move to heavyweight was kind of him saying, yeah, I'm checked out. But, you know, he can show up and beat the Lucas Dreskys of the world. So where do we rate Buchecha is kind of the question. Is he on a Waldo level? Definitely not. Is he on a Dresky level? I don't think so. He's somewhere in the middle. And I think that's why we see the line where it is, where Buchecha is a small favorite here against Spann. What do you think your BP? Are we going with the Superman? Or are we going with the jiu-jitsu legend in Buchecha?
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, Saif Saud did an interview where Ryan Spann was begging Saif to go to heavyweight for a while. And Saif said, no, you're going to do 205. So Saif finally gave him the blessing. And yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously he doesn't have to put the word work in as much, but he's a big dude, right? Not weight at 205, that weight cut. probably hindered him more than the size advantage helped him. Buchecha, this guy's not an MMA fighter yet. He's great on the mat. He's a jiu-jitsu legend, but he's not quite an MMA fighter yet. He had Kennedy down, couldn't submit him. He had Martin Budai back, couldn't get him because his gas tank's just not there. His striking's not there. MMA, when you're defending your position, you're defending submissions, it's a lot easier. He needs to know how to mix in punches. He needs to know how to leverage different. I don't think he's got that. Spann being an underdog is surprising here. I'm going Ryan Spann. I think Ryan Spann can knock this dude out. It'd be hilarious if Ryan Spann submitted him because Ryan Spann's got one of the best guillotines in the UFC. Yeah. Don't see that happening, but it'd be hilarious. But the only reason I'm not super confident in Spann and loading up, right? I'm still good about him. I still like him plus 127. His fight IQ is bad. It is bad. The Johnny Walker fight where he had Johnny Walker out. Johnny Walker is the funniest guy ever when he gets knocked out. And Ryan Spann had this dude out on his feet. And then he does a Mando Nallo and runs in and gets finished himself. The fight IQ is just not there. Usually when Ryan Spann is on, he's very good. When he's off, he gets finished. So if you want to cover your ass, go Buchecha submission. The guy needs one. He fucking needs one. But I like Ryan Spann here. I think Ryan Spann is going to get it done. He has big power. And as long as he fights smart, which is asking for a goddamn lot with Ryan Spann, give me Superman here, babe. Superman with a Superman punch would not be something. Probably not going to happen. Give me Ryan Spann.
You better take him in round one. Like my boy Paul so too, yeah. He hasn't won a fight out of round one in over 6 years, man. I guess it would be 6 years. Last time he won a fight that went past round one was against Sam Alvey, and it was a split decision.
And they both were dead. I mean, they could barely even stand.
I mean, I think Buchecha probably is the side, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, I look at it this way. I mean, Spann's got to finish him in the first 3 minutes, essentially.
Correct.
And I feel like he could hurt Buchecha because Buchecha's head movement and striking overall is like just so not ugly. Good. It's not so good. Ugly.
It's not.
But Buchecha can fall to his back. And, like, does Spann engage? He probably
his dumbass probably would. That's probably what that's right? The fight IQ needs improvement.
I'm not going to say that he doesn't because he probably does. So, okay, maybe he can land some ground and pound. Maybe he knocks him out cold. But I feel like Buchecha's guard is probably good enough to keep him alive. Yeah. And I think he just stays alive. And then maybe the round ends or maybe Buchecha, sweeps him or something like that. And maybe Spann pulls guillotine, Buchecha ends up on top. And then more time ticks, and then Spann is gassed, and Buchecha gets to the back, and it's rear naked choke, or Buchecha just postures up and ground and pounds him out, or something like that. It's just like you can't like Spann just crumbles after round one. So
he does. He's a mental midget for sure, and it's so weird that his fight IQ is so bad. There's a guy in the chat that said Buchecha's IQ shit also. Yeah, he's just not an MMA fighter yet, but the sheriff. Saif Saud, right? This guy yells at you, screams at you like he's a drill sergeant, and Spann still fucking doesn't do what he's told, man. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a really sad fight to watch if it goes to 3 rounds because both these guys' cardio is so bad. Or it could be a very fun fight. Buchecha heel hook Spann, pops his fucking knee, Spann knocks him out, or heaven forbid, Spann gets him in a guillotine. It could be fun. So we'll see. If it gets out of round one, it's a bust. It won't be fun. But I do agree with you. I think it's Spann round one or bust. I think that might be kind of the way I play this here is, that Ryan Spann round one's got to be a nice little number. And I like numbers. I like plus monies.
Spann round one.
It is. I got 300. That's not as good as I thought.
Yeah, that's decent. I mean, it's kind of his win condition,
Yeah. I mean, it's better than plus 127, but but watch him win a fucking decision, and we all got to watch it.
I don't see it. I don't think there's any way.
There's no way.
Like, I mean, Anthony Smith won a decision over him.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith submitted him in round one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, like okay, you got Kudalaba with a guillotine. You knocked out Serkinov. Cool. Knocked out guillotine the ghost of OSP. Knocked out fucking Reyes. It's just, man, the longer this fight goes, it's like, I know Buchecha, for his faults, he pushes through, being tired. And I think
he's not going to give up on himself.
Probably
for sure.
all he needs. Yeah. It's probably all he needs. And I know he trains at ATT as well with, I think Oompa is his corner man. So I feel like they'll have a decent game plan. So it's Buchecha for me. Maybe round 2 sub, round 3 sub could be juicy. That was during Smith's title run. Yeah, that's true. It was spanned by powerbomb. These jiu-jitsu guys can't bang. We'll see. Oh, let's go to a bantamweight bout. We got Montel Jackson taking on Ioni Barcelos. Barcelos comes in at plus 150. Jackson minus 175. 4-1 in the last 5 for Barcelos. Barcelos had one of the best 2025s. This guy just turned back the clock, man. To this day, the fact that he did that to Peyton Talbot, and then you look at what Peyton Talbot did to Henry Cejudo, it's fucking nuts.
Peyton Talbot should thank Barcelos.
Oh, yeah.
Because Peyton Talbot left there and was like, I got to level up.
Yeah,
and he appears to have, yeah.
Then he beat Cody Garbrandt and then beat Ricky Simone. And I backed him in both of his last 2 fights. Didn't back him against Peyton Talbot, I can tell you that. But backed him his last 2 fights, and I feel like this is a winnable fight for him. But I gives me a little bit more pause because I think there's a lot more danger on the other side with Montel Jackson because we know he's big and long for this weight class. He's got power in that left hand. I think he's one of the leaders in knockdowns in the division. But that's kind of been his fault at times, is he kind of just trusts his power a little bit too much. And if he can't land the big shot, then he's kind of not really separating himself in a lot of these fights. So if he can't separate himself, or if he can't land a big shot on Barcelos, then I think Barcelos is probably going to be able to get some wrestling going here. So I think it's either Jackson KO or Barcelos decision. It's kind of like pick your poison. I do think Jackson should be a favorite here. I'm not going to play him at minus 175 though, because Barcelos, if he gets into his wrestling, he's pretty damn good. And Figgy was able to take him down a couple times, but that fight was just like nothing was happening the entire fight. And he won a split decision. I kind of feel like Barcelos is a better version right now than Figgy was, when they fought last October. So I think Barcelos is a live dog, but I just, at his age and the danger factor from Montel Jackson, like I'm probably not going to bet Barcelos here. And I'm probably not going to bet Jackson either. I think this might just be a pass for me, but I know you got a more passionate take. Let's hear it.
Oh, Bubba, yeah. Montel's my guy. He was my guy, right? 2018 Contender Series. He was on the same Contender Series card as Chris Curtis and Greg Hardy. And he obviously won, but it was a weird, illegal knee situation that ended up not being illegal. Gets signed to the UFC, but this guy's been super inactive. He's fought twice in 2020, twice in 2021, once in 2022, once in 2023, once in 2024. This will be his second fight this year, coming off a loss to Figgy, where he had everything in front of him to win. He outstruck Figgy, but got out grappled, and he was afraid to use his wrestling. And when he did grapple, had the size advantage as well, it looked very choppy. And the fight before that as well against Daniel Marcos, it was kind of a weird thing. He landed strikes too, but he was coming up before that. He was coming off 2 first-round knockouts. So he got a little hand-happy and forgot his well-roundedness. He forgot his grappling, forgot his size. He beat Marcos, fell short against Figgy, which was a split decision, but he did not look good in either of those fights. And I just think, he trains out of a small gym in Milwaukee, and I just think, these high-level guys now, as you can't be beating JP Bays every fucking weekend. These high-level guys are starting to catch you. And I got to be honest with you, I wrote Barcelos off when he got knocked out by Umar. When Umar slept him, I was all Barcelos. I faded him his last couple fights, and he's made me look like an idiot. And I kept saying, don't worry, he's 37, he's 38, he's this and that. But he's looked fucking good. And Montel Jackson's 3 losses in UFC, I mean, minus Figgy, even though Figgy did take him down twice. You got Brett Johnson, who took him down 8 times. Yes, it was a few years ago. And then Rico Simone, who took him down 7. Barcelos is a very good wrestler, right? A lot of people cannot stop his wrestling. He will get takedowns. Montel Jackson is good at getting back up. He's a big, large dude for this weight class. His takedowns are pretty good, but I don't think he's sniffing one on Barcelos. He's going to want to stand up, use his reach, use his length. He's got a great left hand, great southpaw, but Barcelos is still really fast, and he's got good head movement and cardio for days. I like Barcelos here at plus 150. I actually love it. I usually never bet against Montel. He's made me a lot of money over the years. But yeah, I mean, listen, I just think Barcelos is time. I think he's improving. I think he's better. I think Montel, it's going to be interesting how he approaches the fight because he's not going to be able to wrestle Barcelos. And it looks like his last few fights, I mean, he's never really landed too many strikes. I mean, the Money Blackshear, he only needed to land 1. Ronnie Yaya only needed to land like 1. Arce, 48 of a decision. JP Buys, who he dropped 4 times, he only hit him 25 times in a decision, right? The volume's not there, and Barcelos is going to have volume. The more I talk about it, the more I break it down, the more I'm excited about Barcelos. Give me Barcelos here, man. Plus 150, love it.
That Blackshear KO, when he KO'd Damon Blackshear, I had a bet on Blackshear at like plus 120 or something like that. And it wasn't like a big bet, but Maddie, this is when I lived in Florida. Maddie had 12 grand on Blackshear. Because obviously, like, Blackshear's a good grappler, right? Like, you could take down Montel, you can out grapple him.
I wonder if Maddie's ever lost money quicker. It was 18 seconds.
18 seconds. 18 seconds. I think Damon was like throwing a kick or maybe like stepping
straight left hand,
just straight left down the line, KO'd a bad.
Slept.
And I mean that's his best win, right? Like, but it's an 18-second knockout. Like, the fight didn't really play out.
I mean, that's for sure his best win. He hasn't really. I mean, Brett Johns was good for a little bit in UFC. Ricky Simone's been a staple. I mean, Ronnie Yaya is 200 years old. Daniel Marcos is a tough out, but I wouldn't say he's great by any means. And he looked bad in that fight. I mean, he didn't look great.
Yeah. I mean, both guys. It was like, again, it's just when Jackson goes to decision, it's like not a lot's happening, man.
He just doesn't do enough. And I think Honey Barcelos, I think he's going to do enough. I think he's just going to outwork him. I think he's going to just outwork him here. I mean, his last fight against Ricky Simone, who's another good wrestler. He landed 82 strikes, landed a takedown. You know what I mean? Like, the volume's there for him. And the Peyton Talbot, he landed 8 takedowns over Peyton Talbot. He took Peyton Talbot to school, Barcelos. Obviously, I get a little scared with the age, 38, especially at bantamweight, but it's not scaring me off this time. I like Barcelos, especially at minus 150.
Barcelos decision, Jackson KO is only minus 150. Kind of like that, but like at the same time, like Montel's not like bankrupt if it goes to decision, like it could just be another fight where not a lot fucking happens, and then Jackson lands a couple decent shots and he wins the round. So don't hate that angle, but also don't want to lay like minus 150 on that. So that's probably a pass for me, boys. But BP's going with Barcelos, so tell the kid on it if you're down with it. Moving on to another bantamweight bout. I got a better take on this one. Davey Grant comes in at minus 130, taking on the UFC debuter Adrian Luna Martinetti. Sits at plus 110. Luna Martinetti, 5-0 in his last 5, coming off the Contender Series win against Mark Vologdin in one of the best fights of Contender Series history. And we just saw Vologdin lose to John Castaneda, but it went to a draw. So we saw how he looked at the UFC level, and to be honest, I did not think he looked very good. We'll see how Martinetti looks this Saturday, but that age I don't think is aging as good as it maybe could have. Davey Grant, on the other hand, 40, coming off the loss to Charles Jourdain, where he got hit with the flying knee and subbed by guillotine. And BP, I know he's 40, but I'm not scared this week, man.
Not scared, huh?
I think Davey is levels above this kid.
Wow.
Luna Martinetti to me is like, he just doesn't do anything that I get excited about other than maybe be tough and be willing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's not enough to beat Davey. And if it is, like, all right, props to him. But, I mean, I don't think Luna's striking is good. I mean, Vologdin fucking damn near had him knocked down in round 1. He was piecing him up. And then he started to slow down, and Martinetti kind of took over with a lot of clinch knees and rips to the body and just having better cardio than Vologdin. So going against Davey Grant trains in Las Vegas at Syndicate MMA. I know he lives there full time now. The loss to Jourdain, I don't put too much stock in. He's still never been KO'd. I think his striking is tough to deal with. I think his grappling is ever improving. So, I mean, I think this is clear Davey Grant. I think he should be like minus 180.
Ooh.
Minus 190. And I know he was a dog at the beginning of the week.
He was, yeah. This number flipped.
I wish I would have taped the fight earlier and got plus money, but I still think minus 130 is good. This Martinetti guy, man, 17-1, but this guy's record is extremely padded. He's an Ecuadorian, trains in Mexico now.
Yeah.
I mean, before the Contender Series fight, he fought an 0-0 guy. And you look at some of his wins. The fight before that, he fought a guy who was 8-3. And you click on his Tapology now. That guy is now 8-11. Has not won a fight since then. And he's been finished in every single fight since then. He actually started off his career like 8-0, I think. And then he lost 11 straight fights. So, I mean, and then 3-4, 9-12, 25-10. But that's a 38-year-old Danny Matos who, is just a journeyman. He hasn't fought anybody good, is really what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, the 17-1 record to me is very misleading. I know he got a win in the Contender Series, but I wasn't impressed by the performance. I think it was just two, I don't want to say bums, but two low-level guys that went to war. So if he goes to war with Davey Grant, I think he could get KO'd, or he's just going to get pieced the fuck up. So Davey Grant all day, 40 doesn't scare me one bit, bro. Don't do it.
I was on Davey. I think this fight's gonna be close. I think volume's gonna play a factor. I think Davey Grant has more power. His left hook is beautiful. I think Martinetti has volume. Davey can volume. I mean, 3 fights ago against Ramon Tavares, 147 landed. That's great, right? Davey's got cardio. I just think Martinetti, yes, he's a can crutcher, 71. He's fought nobody. But I think the dude's game. I like his hands. I think this. If
you like his hands?
I like his hands.
God!
I think his volume is good. Davey Grant's very hittable. Davey Grant gets hit quite a bit, and I think Davey Grant being 40, being in a lot of wars, a lot of chat saying levels, 100%. I've said it a million times, but I think at 40, and I think at all the punches you've taken recently, and Martinetti is by no means a power puncher, but he's gonna accumulate, bro. He's going to accumulate, and I think this is going to be a super close fight. When Davey Grant was plus money, I liked him at plus money. Now the lines have switched. People were like, this dude's a fraud. We're going to listen to Hey Jive. We're going to go Davey Grant. We're going to listen to the chat because it's fucking levels. I got to go the dog here. I think this is going to be a very close fight. I think Martinetti is going to come out and put some volume on Davey Grant. I think Davey Grant's going to land the harder shots. And
Tercios, bro. This guy is no better than Ricky Tercios.
I think Davey Grant's gonna land the harder shots. I think Martinetti's gonna land more shots. Again, we're giving me plus money. I like a lot of underdogs in this spot here. He landed 165 strikes against the child on Contender Series. 165 and 3 takedowns.
Vologdin, look at his next fight against Castaneda. Castaneda landed 135 on him.
Right. But that's not 165. And Castaneda can strike. Castaneda's UFC vet.
That was a career high for Castaneda, 135.
Right.
He's not like the most high volume guy. He landed 135 on Vologdin.
And Yanez landed 100. Vieira landed 105.
Martinetti landed 57 in the clinch, 17 on the ground. He only landed 91 at distance.
Davey can get hit, bro. And Martinetti will nonstop throw.
Vologdin landed Vologden landed 117 on Martinetti. Davey Grant has never been hit with that many significant strikes in a UFC fight.
Cheeto Vera hit him 105. Cheeto Vera, who takes round 1 off, hit Davey Grant with 105 strikes. Significant strikes.
First time they fought?
Yeah,
23.
Yeah, but that was when David Grant was probably 23. No, yeah, this one back in 2021, 105. And then after that, Yanez, 100. Luis Smoka, 71. Luis Smoka, who's got an armbar to his name, 71 over the kid. All I'm saying, I'm not going to, this isn't a bet. This isn't me and
Luis
you.
Smoka's like a 15-fight veteran.
Right. I mean,
UFC veteran.
Yeah, but Martinetti has
Cheeto
proven
Vera fought for a fucking title.
He's proven to have volume, though, against hittable guys.
Adrian Yanez has some of the best boxing in the division. I'm telling you, this Luna Martinetti guy is not that guy. He's not.
I think it's going to be a close fight. I just think he's going to land more. I think it's going to be interesting what the judges score. They're going to score power. They're going to score volume. I think Martinetti is going to land more. And the fact that I'm getting the younger guy at plus money, I like those odds.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why Grant's not a bigger favorite is he's 10 years older, coming off a loss.
And he looks like the most English motherfucker in the world. Tell me there's no one on the UFC roster looks more English than Davey Grant. His name should be Benedict Chesterbottom or some shit like that. Like, this dude is so English, it makes my face hurt.
But this is not a fight, it's a debate. Dude, it is.
Yeah.
It's a good debate.
That's why I loved your strong take. I love Ritlin next show. I love your strong take on Davey Grant. And I see all your points. I just think Martinetti, the volume is going to be the difference here. Power versus volume.
Seabass is talking about when I said Javier Reyes. Dude, I'm telling you, Javier Reyes, if he fights anyone competent, he's going to lose. But he fought a washed Douglas Silva de Andrade and got fucking dropped in that fight as well. But Andrade was washed going into that fight. I don't think Davey Grant is washed. Like, he beat Damon Blackshear the fight before the Jourdain fight. He beat Ramon Tavares easily. Not that Tavares is like anything.
One of my all-time favorite submissions, Davey Grant over a Sunsal. The comeback.
Yeah, I mean, I personally
triangle.
Daniel Marcos as well, who was an undefeated fighter at the time. He lost by split decision in his home country. They robbed him fucking blind because he had a bloody nose that carried into the second and the third round.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Luna, this guy's not that guy, dude. He's not.
What if Luna Martinetti is the Luna on 3BC? Dude, actually, OG at picking fights.
I don't know if Luna's Instagram is down or not, but I tried to look at his Instagram. I couldn't find it. I was like, am I blocked?
No. Oh, this Luna?
Yeah.
Oh.
Luna Martinetti. Try to find it.
Yeah, I'll try to find it.
I need to know if I'm blocked.
That'd be so funny. He's definitely blocking you now, bro.
I'm telling you, boys, Javier Reyes, when we get the fight, we are going to make a lot of money fading that fucking guy. Okay, he's not good. PP only likes Luna because it means moon in English.
I did not know that. I believe I got the right guy here. It doesn't.
Adrian Luna Martinetti. I found his brothers.
Juan Andre Luna. And then on the top, it says Andres Luna Martinetti. Is it Andres? Maybe this is his brother.
He does have a brother that fought in the Contender Series. Lost to Alessandro Costa. They look like very similar. So
yeah, I don't think I can find him.
I don't know. But yeah, boys, it's Davey Grant, boys. It's Davey. It's got to be.
Oh, Davey.
All right, let's move on to the next fight. We got a lightweight bout here. Rafa Garcia coming in at plus 105, taking on Alexander Hernandez. Sits at minus 125. Hernandez on a 4-fight win streak since going to the lightweight division full time. Wins over Austin Hubbard, Kurt Hollabaugh, Chase Hooper, and Diego Ferreira. So he's on a nice streak coming in here. 10-7 in the UFC. He's been around for a while. Rafa Garcia 6-4. He's on a nice streak as well. Coming off the win to Jared Gordon, where Jared Gordon got hit by a car. And I wonder, I mean, I feel like it has to be because we all know what happened in that fight, right? Jared Gordon got hit by a car the day before. He comes out with a knee sleeve. He's clearly compromised. Garcia KOs him in the third, damn near submitted him, and then dropped some elbows on him, and the ref stepped in. We remember when Del Valle beat Isaac Dulgarian, right? It was a rigged fight.
Yeah.
And then his next fight, he's a minus 400 favorite against Jordan Levitt for what? He beat Connor Matthews and won a rigged fight. And then what happened? Jordan Levitt beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia's not in the same territory here. It wasn't a rigged fight, and he's not a minus 400 favorite. But I mean, come on, like, is that a real win? Like, I know Gordon was there and he was throwing, but like, that's not. It can't be the real Jared Gordon. I can't read too much into that win. So then you look at his wins, and it's Vince Pichel, retired. Clay Guida, retired. Mahashate, awful. Jesse Ronson, awful. Natan Levy, never did anything. It's like this guy hasn't beaten anybody good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's a bad fighter. I think he's, serviceable. He's very durable. I think he's got some decent offensive wrestling. His boxing's okay. A little bit slow, but he'll throw. So, I mean, there's a world where I could see him winning against Hernandez. He's got good cardio. Maybe he could out cardio Hernandez, mix in some wrestling, make it tough on him, tire him out. But I feel like Hernandez is just like a much better fighter overall. And he's fought the better level of competition. And he's got a lot of momentum coming into this fight. So I think it's Hernandez, dude.
Yeah.
At minus 125, I feel like he should be at least minus 150.
Yeah. Agreed. And a good point to the Jared Gordon, because Javi Garcia has never knocked anyone out in the UFC, and he happens to knock out Jared Gordon, who got hit by a car that day. Garcia is known to be just tough. He's tough to put away. He can grapple a little bit. His stand-up's okay. He's got a good chin. He'll go 3 rounds with you. If you beat him, you got to earn it, right? He's been finished before, but, it's hard to come by. Alex Hernandez, the reason I think this line's low the way it is, I love Hernandez in the spot, by the way, but the reason I think it's low is because he's a front runner. He looks good when he knocks you out round 1, early round 2.
Yeah.
He doesn't put a full 3 rounds together quite well. He gets distracted, lapse of judgment, maybe a cardio problem, whatever. I love the move he did. He was with Mark Montoya and those guys in Colorado. Him and Reval started their own gym. At first, I didn't like the idea, but they've actually really, since that gym's been around for about 2 years now, everyone from that gym has done really well for themselves. And I think part of that is just new, refined, energy for themselves. It's like a brotherhood, obviously. And I think Hernandez has really excelled in that. He's on a nice little win streak here, has good power. I don't think he can knock out Garcia. I think he can finish Garcia maybe late if Garcia completely gasses out. But again, that's probably not going to happen. I'm worried about Hernandez just maybe taking a round off, up 2 rounds, getting I'm going to dance around and get hit with something crazy in the 3rd round. Yeah. I like Hernandez by points here, though. I like Hernandez quite heavily in this spot. This was going to be another one that I like to empty the clip on as well, or maybe even throw in our parlay. However, I just don't trust Hernandez yet. I've seen too many lapse in judgments, especially when fights go 3 rounds, and you got a guy in there who's going to give you 3 rounds for sure, probably. So give me Hernandez, but I like Hernandez by decision.
Dude, I kind of flirting with the KO for Hernandez.
Yeah, the chat said it. Grant Dawson got him. I know that was more of a ground and pound situation.
Oh, that's not really like a KO. I mean, it's a ground and pound. I mean, Dawson mauled the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
But
he's never really fought like a power puncher.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, Machete,
it's like
close, no. Jesse Ronson, no. Natan Levy, no.
Rewatch the fight with Gordon.
Chris Krummacher, no.
Rewatch the fight with Gordon. Gordon was rocking him with some shit on one leg.
Right.
And Hernandez is one of these guys that's going to like use his footwork and like draw you into big power shots. Like he did the Hooper, like he did the Diego Fajeda. And I feel like
his punch on Hooper was I was there for that. He trapped him. It was fucking gorgeous.
Like Rafa's going to have to pressure, man. Like
you know what? I think you convinced me, bro. I think you're right. I think he hasn't really fought a power puncher. Hernandez by KO plus 350. I'm in, dude. I'm in.
It's very tempting. Small cage too. I mean, they're gonna have to throw. Gosh.
I'm in, bro. I'm in. That's
super
it.
tempted. I'm super
That's
tempted.
it,
But
bro.
Hernandez, it's Hernandez for me, man.
Yeah,
Hernandez
for sure.
explosive, and Rafa will get frustrated. Rafa has a chin, though. It's right. I mean, like, he does have a chin. Like, he does eat some shots, but you know, if you're eating that many shots,
Hernandez does have big power too. I mean, the guy can't crack. He's more of a pot shotter as opposed to combinations. You know, he sits down on punches really well, counters really well.
Yeah,
takes one, brother. Takes one.
Yeah. I feel like if Rafa doesn't wrestle here, he'd be an idiot. He needs to wrestle.
He has to. He has to. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the co-main event. We got our women's bantamweight bout. More ladies for BP. Big
ladies
coming in at minus 235, taking on Jocelyn Edwards. Sits at plus 200. Jocelyn 4-1 in the last 5, 4 wins in a row, 4 finishes in a row as well. Don't see that too often. Norma 5-0 in her last 5, coming off a split decision win against Ketlin Vieira last November on the crazy card with Yadier Del Val and Isaac Delgarian and the Waldo Ante Talita, and some people even said David Onama threw the fight against Steve Garcia a while ago.
I heard those shatters too.
But Norma, you know, she's really been putting it together, and she's getting the respect from the books this week. I think she was supposed to fight. Yeah, she was supposed to fight Yana Santos, and Santos pulled out with an injury. So in steps Jocelyn Edwards. So a little bit of short notice for Jocelyn here, but she lives in Vegas, trains in Vegas. So she's there. She wants the opportunity. Are you believing in Jocelyn here? I mean, it's kind of hard not to, but
yeah,
really just based on the line. You know, Dumas minus 235 usually goes to decision. And if you're going to leave it in the hands of the judges, ask Jamie Lynn Horth how that turns out.
Right. I might upset some people here because, you know, people shout out Paul Shag from Bookie Beatdown. He was the one that coined the phrase Big Norm. I dropped on the Anakin Florian. John loved it. He just shouted me out this past week because of the fight. So shout out Big Norm. You know, she got a little bigger. She got some chesticles. We already know she had a big backyard. Now the front yard's getting there. You know, when she went on her little win streak, she was going through a divorce. She was angry. She was mad. You know, her husband was a piece of shit. Now she's got a new boyfriend. She's getting Brazilian steak every night. You know what I mean? How hungry is she? Not to mention she's a little bit of a boring fighter. She's not going to finish you, right? She's been knocked out before. You know, Megan Anderson got her years ago. Her chin isn't the best in the world. She walks forward. She wants to clinch. She wants to take down. Think about Jocelyn Edwards. Edwards has really improved her takedown defense. That was a big concern with her early in her career. She got taken down. Her striking's very good. It's very flowy, and she got taken down. And proof of that is she lost to Nora Cannoli, and then she rematched her recently, slammed her on her fucking head and shoulder, and choked her out, right? Like, Jocelyn is a big, strong female in there, and she's dangerous in the clinch. Her takedown defense is on point, and she's way better at striking. You're giving me plus 200 too. That's insane. Of course I'm taking Jocelyn Edwards. I love me some Big Norm, right? I love Big Norm every which way. But I just don't know how she's going to get done besides decision. And it's going to be into the judge's hands where Jocelyn's going to be landing damage, if not finisher. And Dumas going to maybe have some control time. Damage should always take precedent over control time. They've been judging that way more recently. Obviously, we don't know with a lot of these judges anymore, but that's how they should judge a fight. Jocelyn will damage Norma Dumont. I don't see Norma Dumont landing too many clean takedowns. It's going to be more of a push you against the cage, clinch you, and maybe hold on your legs a little bit. Jocelyn, good in the clinch, big, strong female herself. Her grappling is come a long way. I love Jocelyn Edwards here, plus 200. I do. I like her a lot. I'm a big Norma Dumont fan. Big Norm, shout out. You're gorgeous, right? But yeah, this is Jocelyn Edwards time, baby. The only Panamanian, is that Panamanian? How do you say it? She's from Panama, and I think she's the only one on the roster from Panama. So shout out Jocelyn Edwards. Yeah, give me the dog. 2-1 is a little nuts for me. I did not think this line would be set that way, but I like Jocelyn Edwards, man. No turning back.
Yeah, I kind of want to be with you there, BP, but I feel like if you ever lose to Jessica Rose Clark when you get taken down 5 times, I can't trust you. I can't trust
it, bro.
I mean, has she?
Bro, she submitted Tamira's Valdao. She rear naked choke Valdao, who doesn't have a fucking neck. Tell me that happens. You choke a fighter out with no neck? Come on, dude.
Dude, her last, I mean, all of her wins in the UFC are trash. That's the thing. It's like, oh man, it's rough. I mean, Ramona Pascual, gone. Jiyeon Kim, gone. Lucy Pudilova, gone. 2 of those were split decisions, by the way. And actually, she should have lost to Lucy Pudilova. If you remember that fight, that was one of the worst robberies of the year when she lost or when she beat Pudilova. Tamiris Vidal, gone. Chelsea Chandler, gone. Priscilla Cachoeira, she KO's in the first. Cachoeira's a fucking zombie. And she beat Cornoli due to an injury. It's like, dude, I can't believe in Dumas at minus 235. I can't lay it.
Let me just poke a hole in what you just said. Dumas took Chelsea Chandler, who's garbage, you're right, to a decision. What did Jocelyn Edwards do it to her? Finish her in round 1.
Okay, that's like saying Topuria took Emmett to a decision, but Kevin Vallejos KO'd him in round 1.
Yeah, and that's why Kevin Vallejos is clearly better than Topuria. Everyone knows that, dude. No, but Norma Dumont is not a finisher. Jocelyn Edwards is.
Not. Oh,
I don't think Dumont's good. It's good. It's good. I think. Listen, did you go back and watch that Megan Anderson fight, dude? Megan Anderson slept Dumont.
I mean, that's why I can't. I can't lay Dumont because she's not a finisher, right?
She's not,
and so she's probably going to go to the scorecards. But I feel like it's going to take a lot for Edwards to win on the scorecards here, because she's probably not going to be able to wrestle Dumont. I don't see it. I don't really see her being able to cleanly outstrike her. So I kind of feel like she has to finish her to win. It could go to like a close 29-28, but I feel like Dumont gets her hand raised probably 70% of the time if it does go to decision.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm picking Dumont. I'm not really going to touch this fight, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what is Edwards like by KO or something? If we want to get juicy with it,
it's gonna be maybe not. Yeah. So KO, golly, 12-1.
12-1, yeah.
Yo, wow. Dumont to win by KO is 11-1, and Edwards to win by KO is 12-1. How the fuck is that? Her to win by submission is 11-1. I can see her fucking club and subbing too, bro.
You know what was a crazy fucking line I saw earlier? I forgot to shout it out, but Bueno Silva against Michelle Montagu.
Yeah.
Guess what Bueno Silva by KO is? Against a girl in Montagu who can't strike.
I mean, you're making it seem like it's high. Let's go 18-1.
Try 50-1.
Yeah.
50-1.
Oh, Bueno Silva. I love a 50-1, bro.
Chat, like, is that not the craziest fucking line I've ever seen? Michelle Montagu cannot strike. She damn near got KO'd by Luana Carolina. And Bueno Silva by KO is 50-1.
That's wild, dude. 50-1.
I mean,
I've ever bet the only 50-1 I think I bet, it's probably more than that, was I was in Vegas. I put a future on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl like 10 years ago. I don't think I've ever bet a 50-1 before.
That's insane, dude. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pop my cherry this weekend, bro. I'm gonna have to do it.
I have to. You just bet it? Nobody bet it, dude. I haven't bet it yet. Like, it's probably not gonna hit, right? But
50-1's beautiful.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the breakdown for this one. Edwards picked by pure emotion.
Okay.
There you go. How is this the co-main event? Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't move it. But yeah, it is what it is. Definitely the thickest fight in women's MMA history. I mean, we talk about
Josh Edwards' lower body. She got
some fucking movement back there, and she's always wearing those tiny ass shorts. Her cheeks come out every fight.
Yeah. I mean, she's got lower legs big, butt big, hips big. Norma Dumont. You know, they don't call her Big Norm for nothing, bub.
Right. Oh, let's go to the main event of the evening. After this, we're gonna rip a couple packs on Homo Fight cards, and then we're gonna hop into the Empty the Clip, the 3-punch parlay, and the Sicko parlays. In the main event, we got a featherweight bout. Aljamain Sterling comes in at plus 115, which is continuously dropping as we speak. He is now down to plus 100. Yusuf Zalal minus 120.
I got him at plus 110 on Bet365. So yeah, I mean, I just refreshed it to see if it was moved. Yeah, plus 110.
I mean, that's kind of a big move compared to where it was on Sunday when I broke it down. Yusuf Zalal was minus 175. Aljo was plus 145. And I said that was kind of disrespectful to Aljo. And then I watched some tape and I kind of agreed with myself. I mean, Aljo is 36, right? He's coming off a win against Ortega, which isn't like a statement win at this point in Ortega's career. And a win over Calvin Kattar in this division isn't either. But I feel like I don't really see him like falling off by any means. Like he looks fine. He looks good. Even in the Evloev fight, like there was a great argument for that he won that fight against Evloev. So 36 doesn't really scare me. I think it's more the stylistics of this fight. And Zalal is a guy that's never been finished, but he's 4-5 to the decision. So I kind of feel like if he doesn't finish Sterling, the decision's probably going to be pretty dang tight. It's going to be tight because Zalal can be taken down. He can be grappled. The last fight he had before he got cut by the UFC was the Damon Blackshear fight, went to decision and went to a draw. But Blackshear won the first two fights with the grappling. And then Zalal 10-8'd him in the third. So since then, we haven't seen Zalal against any type of grapplers. You know, when his second stint is Billy Q, who didn't grapple him. Jarno Aaron's pure kickboxer. Jack Shore has always sucked. Never thought he was good. And he hit him with a knee and subbed him. Kattar, pure striker. Emmett, pure striker. And so he's, 4 out of his last 5 wins in the UFC are finishes. I think Aljo can get his grappling going here. I think the striking can be fairly even. My one worry is the knee up the middle for Zalal against Aljo, who likes to shoot head first. And also just Zalal's footwork being tough for Aljo to find clean entries on takedowns. But smaller cage kind of gives him a little bit more of an advantage to try to close that distance. So I'm going to have to go Aljo here at any type of plus money as the pick. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I keep stopping myself going, is it that easy? I mean, Yusuf Zalal, listen, lost 4 in a row, debuted, he was the first Topuria fight, right? Took Topuria to decision, lost 4 in a row, all very close fights, gets cut, wins outside the UFC. Now he's 5-fight win streak over, whatever competition. And he stopped drinking. He took it more seriously and all that stuff. So props to Zalal for getting back here and getting back to the main event. He obviously deserves it. But this is just a bad matchup. And I'm just thinking, like, is this that easy? Aljo, just easy, but plus money? Because Aljo's grappling is very, very good. He's out in Vegas where he trains with just nothing but grapplers. His striking, which he struck a lot with Brian Ortega, is funky, right? That's his everything about him is funky. He does things a little bit different. That's why his nickname's the Funk Master. His striking, his kicks are pretty good. His hands are weird, his weird positions, and but it's effective to his style. And Yusuf Zalal is obviously a much cleaner striker, and he is explosive. He's got some great flying knee knockouts on his record. And that's the one thing that is throwing pause at me. I close my eyes. I just remember Marlon Moraes catching Aljo with that fucking knee and putting him out, right? Zalal could obviously do that, right? But I just think Aljo's grappling is that much better than Zalal. I think Zalal, what has he got? 59% takedown defense. He does get up pretty well. He gets taken down a lot. He's obviously never lost by submission, I don't think, at least not in the UFC. He's got 3 submissions in the UFC, all by rear naked, 2 by rear naked, 1 by arm triangle. And then that weird, he didn't even throw a punch, land a punch on Josh Emmett where he got that arm bar. The kid's good, but I just think Aljo, big, strong dude, gonna take him down, and Aljo can do position over submission. When he gets your back, it's deadly. And I see Aljo winning, but it also scares me because I'm like, is it really that easy? But it might be. Fuck it, it might be. Plus 115. I'm gonna take Aljo. And what is him by submission as well? That's something I meant to look up. Oof. Aljo by submission is going to be plus 425. I like that as well. I didn't think it'd be that high. I think Aljo can get the back and get a submission here. He's all never been 5 rounds in the UFC. Aljo obviously has been 5 rounds, former champion. I know that was at 135. We're going up to 45 now, but Zalal is not like the biggest guy in the world. I think Aljo is going to win this fight. And I like the plus money, babe.
Could hit that backpack as well. Yeah, Zalal gave his back a good amount against Blackshear. Even to Ford that took his back. So
Aljo says, when I get your back, it's a wrap. That's what he says, bro.
Yeah. I think that's
what Aljo says.
It's one of the cringiest sayings I've ever heard, but
it's bad. Yeah, Aljo, I think he had I don't know if I think he still does his own podcast, but when Cody produced his podcast a while ago, a couple years ago, and I would see like clips of it, and I'm like, dude, Aljo. Because there was a while there where he was not the fan favorite. After the Jan, he did not have a lot of fucking fans at that point. And I'm like, dude, these clips are not helping, dude. You sound so corny.
When I was making my picks video today, while I was recording, I'm like, Zalal could land knees up the middle, right? And then you think of how Aljo won the belt, right? The knee, is down. And then in that fight, Jan was hitting him with that trip takedown.
Jan's so sick with that.
Osotogari takedown. Outside trip. And I remember when I was watching film on Zalal, he kept hitting Billy Q with that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, Aljo might get PTSD because he's back at the Apex. He hasn't been at the Apex in a long time.
And Aljo doesn't care to get taken down. Like, he'll get tripped. Like, he got tripped by Jan. It was like, cool, let's go to the ground. But Jan just did it to, was like, all right, stand back up. I'll fucking throw you back down again.
Knees up the middle. Sotogari trips. He's like, holy fuck, dude. I might just get fucking mollywopped by Jan. And maybe he wins by DQ again.
That'd be crazy.
We'll see.
He'd have the fans he has left none of them would exist anymore if he won again by DQ.
Zero. All right, let's rip some cards.
Rip them.
On Home Fight cards. We're going to rip 2 packs at least. We'll see what we get.
If we get what you have to promise me now, if we get a Keith Peterson or if we get a Jason Herzog. I think Jason Herzog is one of the best referees. And when I was in Vegas on the floor, all the referees walked by me. It was Mark Goddard. It was Keith Peterson. It was Herb Dean. It was Dan Murgagliata. It was Mark Smith. And then everyone shouting their names. And I just looked at Herzog. I was like, Herzog, what's up, man? It's the only one I cared about was Jason Herzog.
Well, if we get another ref, I'm getting it shipped to my house. I'm going to start a ref.
What if we get another Dan? Are there 2 Dan? Are there 2 Dan Murgagliata cards?
Michael Chandler.
Okay.
Shit ass card.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude.
Man,
That's a shit pull.
I thought that'd be
a shit pull. Unless he goes out there and beats Mauricio Rufy, that thing is dead as far as value.
Dixon Sider, see at the top. That was his fucking catchphrase. He's won 2 fights in the UFC. See at the top.
We're gonna sell that.
It's all back.
We need something better. I mean, it can't get much worse than that.
Herb Dean, when he fought MMA, used to fight with a white T-shirt on. If we get a white T-shirt, Herb Dean, that's worth a lot of money. Oh my God.
Kalen Shikagan. I thought it couldn't get worse, but that was pretty fucking bad, dude.
She's like my least favorite fighter ever. The only thing that made me like her is when her Twitter got hacked and she was tweeting out like all this stuff about like loving big black cock and stuff.
What?
Her Twitter got hacked though. I thought it was real. Probably was. That's the only time I liked her. Dude, one of the most boring fighters in the world. Is her last name even Chikagian anymore? Did she change it?
Terminara.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's why I thought she changed it.
All right, let's get some here.
Yeah, that's a good question. Lucky you said, how is that worth more than a Michael Chandler? It's true.
Grant Dawson. Okay. My boy Grant Dawson. That's not a bad card.
That's not a bad card at all.
Might have to get that shipped to my house and have him sign.
Granny D, bub.
Little Grant Dawson rip. Little Grant Dawson ripper. Should we rip one more?
One more. We got it. I mean, listen, I think the Grant Dawson is a great pull, but we had Chikagian. We can't.
Yeah, let's rip one more. One more for the culture.
One more for the boys.
The culture.
Give me a Taporia right now. Come on.
Misha Serkinov.
Why is that worth so much?
It's not bad. 66.
66 bucks for Misha Serkinov?
I mean, I'm willing to sell that and rip another one.
Yeah, rip another one.
Okay, so you get a free pack out of it.
66 bucks for me. I don't understand that at all. What the Misha Serkinov?
Definitely.
All right, here we go.
Willing to rip that.
Good vibes. Like the chat for those good vibes, baby.
Come on.
Come on now.
It's just loading. It's loading us the best card possible.
That's right. This is a good sign that it's taking this long to load.
All right, come on now.
Maybe not. Take a little long.
Fresh.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. No. That was. Get a ripper in. Ripper.
Oh, did I just lose that?
Oh, that sucks if you did.
Maybe it's a unopened pack?
REPACKZ.
My packs. There we go.
Open.
Waiting to open. Here we go.
Here we go. Last one of the night. Into this one.
Diego Ferreira.
What no night, bud. What no night, bud.
Those are like kind of decent looking cards, the gold prisms. But
yeah. I think they look cool for sure. Yeah.
Selling that shit. Show. For sure. You get knocked out by Alexander Hernandez. No, thank you, brother. No, thank you. We're buying another one.
Get another one. We'll do this all fucking night, chat. Until we get a goddamn good one.
All right, this is for sure the last one.
Last one for sure.
This is the last one. It's like I'm at the fucking
here we go
roulette table. It's the last spin, Jeff. Ty!
Hey, that's your guy. That's your guy. You gotta keep that one, brother.
I might keep that one.
You gotta keep that one.
Disco Prism. PSA 10. That's a good one.
Disco Prism.
I like that. Ty Tuivasa 2022. That's prime Ty, bro. Prime Ty Tuivasa.
That's when Ty Tuivasa was shooing every fucking other event or every other month, bro. That dude was.
I don't even care that it's not that much of a value. I just like the card.
Oh yeah, I like the card. That's your guy.
That's my boy. All right, that's sweet. If you want to rip your own packs, you can do it on homofightcards.com. There's a link down in the description below. You can use code HeyJab to get 10% off your first pack. You can rip it just like we did, and you can keep it in your digital vault like mine right here. There's the John Jones we pulled on stream on Saturday.
John Jones.
$250 card, John Jones. We also pulled this nice Holly Holmes. You see this one? Nice little Holly.
No. There you go.
$130 value. And I'm going to send that to my first channel member that became a channel member on Saturday. So shout out to him, Lance.
Shout out to him.
And if you want to be a channel member, might rip you a card. We'll see. But you can get them shipped to your house as well. I'm actually getting the Mergliato one shipped to my house.
God, I've got to have that. We got to put that in the studio, bro.
It's in transit. So when it gets here, we'll do an unpacking and see how it looks. But
I need that.
Legendary pull.
Need that.
All right, let's go to the empty the clips here. BP, I know you hit me with a little psych before. You gave me the empty the clip, and I said,
yeah. And
then you said no.
Yeah. I completely took my balls off the table. Yeah. show. Yes. Over 2.5 rounds. So again, I think I mentioned this earlier. At 5 a.m. when I was at work, I text Hayden. I said, Barcelos empty the clip. I've been wanting to do a plus money empty the clip. I think Barcelos is going to get it done. And then I took a little nap when I got home, talking to the kids. Kids really leveled me out and said, listen, Dad, we want some toys. We need some toys. So you need to win. So I didn't want to fucking go too crazy. And I just think this is an absolute smash right here. I think over 2.5 rounds. Sure, I mean, Montagu could clip Barcelos. This is MMA. Anything can happen. But minus 170, full beans, over 2.5, empty the clip. We're winning this weekend. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. There's Lance in the chat. Shout out to Lance.
What's up, Lance?
First ever
member, bub.
Channel member, my boy. You'll get that Holly Holm card soon. I'm working on it. I sent him a message. We're working on getting that sent over to your account, brother. Awesome. All right, so BP going with the over 2.5. No violence for BP. Let's have a boring fight, eh? Cash that minus 170.
You going violence? You going heavy violence on yours, bro?
No.
Okay.
No, there's one guy I'm looking at this week, and I was looking at this card, and I'm like, well, Filho probably easy, Marshall probably easy, sure. But I don't want to do something easy.
Be that guy.
I don't want to do something easy. Some might say it won't be easy. Some people on the screen might say it's not going to be easy, but I think it could be easy. It could be an absolute vet lefty. Davey fucking Grant.
Yeah.
Dangerous Davey. Minus 130, 40 years old. Doesn't scare me one bit.
Doesn't scare him.
He's going to expose the fraud. What he's been doing, that's his job, is to expose the frauds. So they're throwing Luna Martinetti into the deep waters with Davey Grant, and he's a fucking shark. He's going to go fucking.
First time ever Davey Grant's been called a shark. So
he's a shark.
You've been blocked by a few fighters. Davey Grant's going to be another member of your channel after calling him a shark, brother.
He's been my guy.
He's your guy.
40 years, I don't care. He's getting it done. Empty the fucking clip on Davey Grant. And
empty,
I can tell you,
bub.
Usually I haven't placed any bets at this point in the week.
You already placed one?
I got one on Davey.
Wow.
I got one on Davey.
Doesn't make me nervous at all. Doesn't make me nervous. It does. It really does.
All right, let's go.
We need a fucking win, boys.
We haven't had a win in a while. I think
By the way, we were going to get one. I don't know if you checked your text. We were going to get one for Fatima Klein this week. Russ finally got back to us after he made the graphic. She picked the guy I picked, so it's basically Fatima's giving us a pick anyway. Yeah.
Okay. BP's going Aljo.
Aljo.
Money. I'm going Alexander Hernandez.
I like that.
Right? I mean, you said. I mean, I think we both agree on it. I like Aljo. You like Hernandez. We're aligned there. And for the third leg, we're going chalk. Julia Polastri, minus 240. That gets us to plus 401. I mean, that's a nice little parlay there. Plus 401. We can chip away at that unit total. I think it's live.
And Polastri's the first fight of the night. If she somehow loses, we can always add up. We can pick another person, add up. You know what I mean? That's the benefit.
You can rebuild and just go Sterling Hernandez, parlay.
Whatever you want to do.
Boys, this is not financial advice. And as you can see on the screen, you probably are not going to want to tail the 3-punch parlay based on past results. But I'm going to tell you
right now. You're going to want to tail it, okay?
I'm fucking good about this week. All right.
See this light behind me? How much do you think that light costs? Okay, $12 for my Kia. How do I pay for that? Hitting parlays, Bob.
3-punch parlay. Pay for that shit. Yep. All right, here comes the sicko. What are we working with?
I like it this week. I mean, I like it every week. Span. I'm going all money line, all plus money. Span. Barcelos. And I forget the third. Oh, yeah, Jocelyn Edwards. You're going to get a better number because Jocelyn Edwards is now north of 200. So maybe wait till fight night to place that bet. But 1533, all money line, not touching the props, 3 underdogs. I think that can hit. Very confident, too. I'm very confident Barcelos and Edwards. Span, again, fight IQ, could win the fight, big power, but he's a dum-dum. He's a dum-dum in there. So let's hope he's not a dum-dum come Saturday. But I like it. 1531, baby. Almost my area code. Well, not really. 513. There's too many numbers. I don't know why I said that. Let's move on.
All right. Well, for the first time in my sicko parlay history,
First time ever. Let's hear it.
we're not going 3 legs. We're not going 2 legs.
6.
We're going 4.
Oh,
4 legs.
okay.
Numbers worked with me. I got it just over 10-1.
Nice.
I didn't really feel like there was a lot of value on any props this week. So I'm like, all right, well, we got to get this thing to 10-1. We got to add an extra leg, but I feel pretty good about it. Good about it. So first leg, we're going with Polastri, round 3 or decision.
Like that.
-148. We get the number down a little bit for -240. If she finishes her in round 2, so be it. But I think Alencar is pretty tough. She's never been finished. Polastri, late cooker. Let's get that one through. Then we go with Dangerous Davy.
That's where you fucked up.
-125. -125.
Put a lot of eggs in the David Grant basket, bro.
All the eggs are in the basket.
Yeah.
Just straight money line. He could KO him. Maybe Martinetti's got a granite chin and he wins a decision. Who knows? I'm not going to try to predict that. I'll just take the money line. And then we go Hernandez money line.
Love that.
Same thing. Garcia might have, a granite chin. Hernandez, I think, could KO him, could win a decision. So we're just going straight money line. The number's short enough. It'll juice up the parlay a little bit. And then the last leg to cap us off, we're going Aljo money line.
Okay. Hey, besides David Grant, and I don't have a strong lean. Obviously, I picked Luna. We had a nice little debate on it. But that's 10-28. That's nice. That's nice right there. I can't hate on that, brother.
10-28. 3 money lines in a round 3 or decision. I mean, if we hit the first 3, we go into the main event. I didn't want to go. I was going to go Sterling decision.
Yeah.
But, if he gets to the back and rear naked chokes him, I'd be pissed. So, I mean,
you had to go choose money line, especially with a 4-legger. You don't want to get too
4-legger.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still getting plus money on the money line. So
exactly. Yeah.
Plus 10-28 on the sicko parlay this week. If anyone out there's selling it, good luck to you.
Good luck. Good luck, chat. I love saying that, chat. I feel like a streamer. What's up, chat?
Agree. We need to win this card. Yeah, we do.
We're going to win this one, Bob. We're winning it. Positive thoughts only.
All right. Make sure you get your picks in on 3-punch convo to get your chance at winning the $1,000. If you get all 13 fights correct, you got to pick all 13 fights to win. And we've already had a winner. So maybe this week it could be you. There's some decent, decently lined fights where you can have a couple gimmies. So there's that. But pick your spots carefully, and maybe you can go home with an extra $1,000. BP, anything else before we hop out of here, brother?
No, that's about it, chat. You're amazing. I know this card isn't the juiciest, but you guys showed up in the chat as always. And yeah, no, this is the highlight of my week. I love talking fights. This is my life. I love you guys. And yeah, that's it. I gotta hit the hay. I'm tired. I gotta put the kids to bed. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, chat. We'll be back here next week breaking down UFC Perth. I might go live this Saturday with a watch party. Most likely, I will. At the very least, I'll probably do the main card.
You did the entire card last week, right?
Yeah, it was long. It went kind of fast, but I mean, it did take a lot out of me. And the next day, I was like, I don't want to do a stream on Sunday.
Right? Yeah.
So
my big thing is I don't want to eat on camera. I don't, like,
well, that's the thing. It kept me from not eating.
Right. Yeah. Maybe that helped me. Maybe that would help me. Right.
Yeah. Well, if I do, I'll let you guys know. But we'll see you next week. BigJive MMA Show. Until next week. We out.